Hi, hi, hi. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? Apple's in the back chat telling me she's here. Welcome, Apple. Welcome, my girl exposing. What's up, guys? Now we're officially live. I was talking to them in the back chat beforehand, so now we're officially live.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay,
now.
good.
I don't know what that was about.
Oh, maybe if it's in the back chat, maybe it's like only I can hear. Like maybe we can't have like a conversation. Maybe like you guys can't talk. But wait, exposing though. You could hear her though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear her fine.
That's so weird then. Hey, Kayla. So yeah, that's so strange then. I don't know. That must have been an error on Apple's side. I don't know.
I think
Hey,
it's
Anne Francisco.
Hi, Anne. I think it's because I went to check something and came back and I said, watch this, it'll screw up some, like I thought it would screw up my mic, but obviously it did do something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Once you're like in the StreamYards, you may never leave the StreamYards.
Yeah. Oh, look who's here. Anne Francisco. Welcome to the stage.
Hi,
Hello,
Donna.
Lady Haiti. Hello, Apple
Hey.
Charlotte. And is that exposing I see?
Yeah. The one
hey,
and only.
girl.
Hey, Anne.
It's good to see you. I can't see it. And did I get everybody? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good morning. It's good to see y'all.
I'm so happy people are here. When I was waiting to start because I didn't see anybody. Like usually it tells you how many people are waiting. I didn't see anybody waiting. I was telling them, like, I'm getting self-conscious. Like nobody is here, but now everybody is showing up now that I started it. So I feel a little bit better.
Remember, a lot of
Haiti,
people...
the second I saw the notification, I clicked on it. I miss
Oh.
you.
I know she's been gone for like 2 weeks from this. It's just like, what happened?
Has it been 2 weeks? My goodness. I don't know what happened.
It has been
a while.
2 weeks since your last post.
Oh my days.
That's crazy. What have I been doing?
I don't know. What have you been doing?
There's been a lot of nonsense drama going on. So
we've been
maybe I've just been dealing with that.
We've just been hiding and watching. We watched a few.
Well, we're not hiding, but yeah, we're just having fun on
No,
our laughing
They
at
don't say
hooligans.
hiding. They'll take that out of context.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, we've just been minding our own business, essentially. What we've been doing is just been minding our own business. And
we've been watching movies.
Yeah,
that's true.
Movies mostly.
We watched Single White Female. It reminded us of a lot of this girl that we used to know.
Her initials KJ.
Wait, what?
Are her initials KJ?
No. I won't say her initials.
I know who y'all talking about.
I won't say their initials.
I know what their initials are. I know who you're discussing now.
Yeah.
Hey, Angela. Hey, Lulu B.
No,
it's not KJ Lulu. Don't worry. Oh, I have to do my welcome thing.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I have to get to it first. do. Okay. 3 brain cells. I should really put it in my own so that's easier to get to.
Welcome
to my channel.
Yay!
You should have a soundboard like Morbid does. Do you know how like he has a soundboard?
Because he uses OBS. I have OBS, but I don't know how to use it. I should figure it out though. I'm good with computers, so I should try and figure out how to use it.
Yeah, you should, because like then you'll be able to have like your soundboard with all the funny things, the tawny things. Yeah.
We all detest KJ.
Mm-hmm.
The football's on. Haiti is live. It's a good Sunday. Yeah, exposing loves football too. Apparently, I just found out. I didn't know that until like right before this.
Oh my god, I love football. I'm watching Dallas right now. I know you're all gonna laugh. I love Dallas.
Oh, I don't know what that means to love Dallas. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm guessing it's bad since you said that we're gonna laugh.
Well, a lot of people don't like them, but they've been my team for like the last 15 years.
Is that like the Dallas cheerleaders or whatever? Dallas County cheerleaders?
That's the Cowgirls.
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowgirls.
Gotcha.
I'm a
Gotcha.
Houdat, so I got to hate the Cowboys.
Bree says,
Me
"Go
and
Birds,
Exposing
baby."
never agree on anything, do we, honey?
Maybe you'll
That's what makes it so fun, though.
I know.
Maybe you guys will agree
Yeah.
on the Charlie Kirk thing. I told Exposing because we have different opinions on Charlie Kirk as a human being. I told, and she was like, "I'll just stay quiet for that part." And I was like, "No, speak up. That's what makes it a good to have more than one opinion." That's why I really
I know, but
wanted
our
Anne
opinions.
to join on the Menendez brother ones because she had a different opinion than me.
Yeah, but sometimes our opinions get a little heated of our political beliefs.
Well, we don't have to talk that much about the political stuff. We could just
Okay,
talk
yeah.
about like overall what happened, you know. Angela says she's a Packers fan. I don't know what that means, but go Packers, sure.
Go Packers. I love the Packers. That's my second favorite team.
And who are the Birds for?
Atlanta.
Packers are pretty. They're a pretty good team.
But
The Birds are
what
either
mascot is
Atlanta or the Eagles.
okay. Because Bree said go Birds, baby. I don't know what any of this is. I do not know. All right. So really, like, everyone knows what happened to Charlie Kirk, and like because of, like, you know, this day and age, like, we weren't there, but it kind of happened in front of all of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I don't know. I guess put a 1 in the chat if you actually saw the video of him, like, you know, it happening. I'm not going to show it, obviously, because that's crazy. I doubt that. Yeah, that YouTube would not like that. But if you saw the video, put a 1 in the chat so I could know who saw it. I saw it. It was pretty gruesome.
It's
I don't want to
very
see it.
gruesome.
But yeah, Case sent it to me because I asked him to, because he said that it kept him up at night. And you avoided the video, Lulu, and he told me it was gonna be really bad. And don't get me wrong, it was really bad, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like, it didn't keep me up. Like, I've seen worse, which probably sounds ridiculous, but I've seen worse, and it was really bad. It was awful. It was awful to see. It was. But yeah. So Apple has sent me a few videos that we could watch about it. So
There's a lot. I've been watching a lot over the past few days about it, and there's quite a few interesting, like, things that surrounding it. Like, a lot of it, some of it is a bit slightly conspiratorial, but in the same hand, like, for example, this guy that I watch, I'm sure a lot of people maybe know of him, Cinema Shogun. That guy that I was,
I've heard of him.
yeah, he's been doing a lot of research, and he's been doing research into the background of the people that may be involved, and he's came to the sort of, like, assertion, if you like, that essentially this was all pre-planned, and that it wasn't just the guy that did it that knew, that it was like they were using discords and forums and, like, different
I
Reddit.
mean, it very well could be true. I'm sure it was planned. I doubt it was just some guy took out a gun and decided to do it. You know, like, it probably was planned.
I
Yeah,
think,
it had to be planned.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of
He
people,
didn't
but it
just
was
say skippity doo, let me go do that
no.
right
I
now,
know, I know that. But
He,
what I'm saying is there was a network. I think there's been a network of people that
oh, of
have,
course, Apple. Absolutely. I agree with
yeah.
that.
And then there's that crazy thing about the book as well, because someone wrote a book called The Death of Charlie Kirk.
No
It was,
way, really?
yeah, and it was a
It,
chat GPT book. It wasn't a real book, it was a chat GPT book.
What?
It was uploaded to Amazon on the 9th, as the
I'm
release date
Googling this.
being the 9th, and yet the actual tragedy didn't happen until the 10th. And it was written by Anastasia something or other. It's in one of the videos, but that's a bit suspicious as well. They have removed it now for Amazon. You can't go, and if you try and look for it, you'll get sorry page missing or whatever it comes up with. But essentially, that was uploaded a day before he passed. So that's quite interesting.
Like, there's articles about it though. It says the shooting of Charlie Kirk, mysterious book on Donald Trump's allies, murder fate surfaces online, publishes day before attack.
That's it.
Charlie Kirk, a prominent conservative activist and close ally of U.S. President Donald Trump, was fatally shot Thursday while speaking at Utah Valley University. As law enforcement continues as a manhunt for the suspect, an odd development has added to the confusion. Screenshots circulating online showed a book titled "The Shooting of Charlie Kirk," a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University attack, the aftermath, and America's response, created to an author named Anastasia J. Casey. That's so creepy. Okay, according to the screenshots, the listed publication date was September 9th, one day before the shooting. The listing was allegedly visible on Amazon briefly before being removed. The images of the cover, title, and date quickly spread across X, Twitter, fueling speculation about foreknowledge for a cover-up. And then there's a screenshot. Let me just show my screen so you guys can see it. Hold on.
Yeah. Ronak says that this is one thing that I did actually want to know myself, but Ronak did say that you can actually say you want to publish a book on Amazon, you can set the release date.
Yeah, you could anyone could publish anything on Amazon.
Right. No, I know, but like she's saying that you can choose, or he, sorry, I'm just assuming you're a she, I do apologise. But they are saying that you can essentially choose the date. So essentially, if it's like the 11th, you could set it for the 8th, for example. So you can do it in retrospect. So, but I don't know because I've never uploaded a book to Amazon. But that's
I don't know. I'll Google that after. Look! It even gives a link. Look, this is from a fake Donald Trump account. Obviously, this is part of the article. A screenshot says, "Help me make sense of this. This book is published on September 9th, 2025. The shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of Utah Valley University attack, the aftermath, and America's response. Ebook, J. Casey Anthony." All right, let's click the Amazon link and see what happens. Yeah, sorry, we couldn't find this page. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the comments are on X.
Yes, she has. She's accepted that she probably does have allergies.
I think I have. Yeah, I think I do have allergies. Yes. Okay. The comments are: could you send me a screenshots of the Amazon listing? Here in Italy, I can't open that page. Thanks for being yet another imaginary victim.
One of the videos Cinema Show did, he uploaded like he shows you what the book looks like. He goes through it all.
This is the book right here. You see it. It's right here.
Oh, wait a minute. There's nothing on my screen.
Oh, did I not click share screen? My bad.
I'm okay, thank you, Angela. I'm not too bad.
See, there it is. Sorry.
I've got a debated septum. I don't know if Haiti has though. I don't think you have, do you?
No, I don't think so. But see, this is the book.
The shooting of yeah.
There, look what it says. It says on September 10th, 2025, the campus of Utah. But this came out the day before, so that is weird. This is just a picture of it.
Yeah, that's what the cover looked. That's essentially what the book looked like. I don't know if it was actually just
Go to web.archive.org, type in one of the two links. It shows these were, see, this confirms that it was added on September 9th.
Oh, well, that
because that archive website, like the Wayback Machine. Oh, it is the Wayback Machine. Perfect. All right, so let me take the link to. Wait, is it this one? Oh shit! Oh my god! How is? Okay. Oh, this is on the Wayback Machine. Okay, hold on. Let me show you.
What is a Wayback Machine?
it shows you things that have been taken like off the internet and stuff.
It's like a time machine for the internet, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
So
How
if
do
you
you
want
get that?
You look at it. I'll be
uh,
right back. I gotta go get a tissue.
How do
okay,
you get that?
you have to
You
go
just
to
need to
the
go to the
actual.
website.
Yeah, you have to go to the actual website. Here it is. You see it here, Internet Archive, Wayback Machine, and it says explore more than 946 billion web pages saved over time. So if it's something
Oh,
like your
cool.
you could probably find your MySpace, that kind of shit. I don't know. Like, hi
I
Forest.
never had a MySpace.
Neither.
Yeah,
I
back in the Katie Joy community, we used to use this all the time because she would always dirty delete her
believe.
tweets and shit. So we used to use the Wayback Machine all the time for her.
Hi AC.
Hey, Forest Friend. Hey, AC Crew. Sorry,
Sorry,
MySpace. That's a
MySpace.
throwback.
Yeah, MySpace was the first thing that came into my head. I don't know. Is it still alive? See,
Why you
that's
said MySpace? I think it is. It's good old Tom.
no way. Hi Kathleen. No
I think
way.
so.
It
I wish
just
I still knew my username and password for that. I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna try going into it right now.
Me
MySpace.
too,
Because
because
think
I
about
would like my
all the
pictures.
pictures I have on there and stuff.
That's what
Yeah,
I'd like to
MySpace.
see.
MySpace.com. It is still real. It still exists. It looks very different than it did when I used it when I
I
was a
wonder
kid,
if
though.
I wonder if people still use it. That would be interesting.
It definitely still exists. It looks so different, though. Here, let me show you what it looks like. Like, so different. Where is it? MySpace. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's called featured something. That's why. Okay, here it is. I typed in myspace.com. The address bar, myspace.com. This is what it is now.
Oh wow, that's completely different.
It's extremely different.
Wonder how many users there are.
I don't know. Where's Tom?
Where's Tom? Yeah,
Where is Tom?
that's crazy.
Hold on. Let's try something. But it has significantly smaller use space and functioning more as an archive of past activity. I want to see, is MySpace. Yes, MySpace is profoundly different from its original version. It is transformed from a massively popular, highly customizable social network into a niche music focused entertainment site with a minimal user base. The company is no longer actively managed, and the website is broken and outdated. Oh, damn. Here are
No.
some yeah, from the original, the differences from the original one are highly customizable profiles, central social network, top 8 blogging, music discovery powerhouse, and from 2013 and beyond, loss of content, focus on music, static, broken website, no new features. Oh, that means I can't get all my old pictures and stuff off there. I should have tried a long time ago. That makes me so sad. That makes me so sad.
Well, maybe you can use the Wayback Machine though. No,
I don't know if that would still have all that stuff.
it, surely it would. I don't know. Maybe it would. I don't know.
I don't know because it's old. You may be able to get old photos from MySpace if your classic account was synced to the new MySpace. I never used the new MySpace, so I don't think it is. In which case, you can find them under mixes section if your photos were transferred permanently. If they weren't transferred, they may be permanently lost as a server migration in 2019 deleted all content. Yeah, I haven't used this since before 2019, so there's no way.
You know,
All
that's annoying.
right. Anyway, what screen am I sharing? Not the Wayback Machine. All right. Well, anyway, we looked at the Wayback Machine. Wait. Are we still looking at it?
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not screen sharing.
Okay. Well, the Wayback Machine just shows the posting of the book, basically.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I mean, God, the amount of videos I've been watching, it's just crazy.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to X and see.
What else is going on?
Yeah. What else the stream says, like the thread says.
Oh, Kathleen stuff's gone as well. From
I know, Kathleen. Isn't it so sad? If I would have known that, I would have tried to get it years ago. I have pictures that now I'll never see again. All your photos are in Photo Bucket. Well, I save all my stuff now on like Google Photos, but that Google Photos didn't exist then. All right.
No, it didn't. It didn't actually. What was it called again? No, it wasn't Picture Box. It was something stupid like that.
Well, look at this. It says, but check this out. Another book published today. How the hell can you get a book published and up for sale in such a short time? That's because a human didn't write it. That's why.
Probably, yeah.
I'm sorry to wonder about it. Okay, no, it's stupid. The thing is a CIA assassination. Wait, and here it is. Clearly, I'm not the only one who believes this was eerily reminiscent of the CIA assassination of President Kennedy. I mean, it's a man assassinated in public, so I guess there are similarities if you want to say go that way. Except that Charlie Kirk wasn't president, so. Courageous first responders. This is something from the people that drove him to the hospital. Oh no, but this is from the book. It says it's almost as if Anastasia J. Casey was trying to predict an event before it occurred. So I think, is this from the book? Do someone actually buy it?
I don't know.
Oh no, this is just tells you what's in the book again. I'll read it though for people.
Okay.
On September 10th, 2025, the campus of Utah Valley University was forever changed during a scheduled event featuring Charlie Kirk, the prominent conservative activist and founder of Turning Point USA. A shocking act of violence unfolded that shook students, faculty, and the nation. This book provides an in-depth, humanized account of the shooting and the immediate aftermath and the ripple effects that reached far beyond Orem, Utah. Through detailed reporting, first-hand testimonies, and careful analysis, Charlie Kirk and the Utah University shooting explores the event from every angle: the chaos on campus, the courageous first responders, and the experiences of those directly affected. Beyond the incident itself, the book examines the broader societal implications, including political polarization, the rise of campus activism, and the national conversation about safety, free speech, and civic responsibility. Readers will gain insight into Charlie Kirk's life, his influence in U.S. politics, and how this life may shape his legacy. The book also provides an intimate look at the Utah community's response, highlighting acts of resilience, compassion, and collective healing in the face of tragedy. Complete with timelines, profiles of key figures, and curated references from trusted media sources, this comprehensive account offers both context and reflection. It is a must-read for anyone seeking to understand not only a shocking moment in American history, but also the lessons it offers for the future political engagement, campus safety, and civil dialogue. So what I think that tweet meant was that the person, Anastasia or whatever her name is, who wrote the book was writing it like firsthand accounts from people, but it hadn't happened yet. So how was she writing firsthand accounts?
Yeah, that is weird.
See, it says courageous first responders. What? They drove to the hospital. It's almost as if Anastasia J. Casey was trying to predict an event before it occurred. Oh my God, I can't breathe.
Am I echoing? Can you
Yeah,
hear
you're
me?
fine. Can you guys talk for a minute? I gotta blow my nose again. I don't want everybody to hear it.
I keep
Well,
telling you, if you get the Sudafed, where is it? I've got one. It's a nasal spray, and yeah, you shouldn't use it long term because it's a nasal vasodilator, which means it does affect the little blood vessels in your nose. But it's absolutely brilliant. Without it, I don't know what I'd do. I'm looking for it. It's essentially the Sudafed that you stick up your nose. It's a spray, but
Yeah, I'm using Afrin. It's supposed to be the best one that exists. I'm using Afrin. I just hadn't used it in like a few hours.
is that the one you put up your nose though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Similar.
My friend told me to use it. She said that be careful with it. That apparently you could get addicted to it. I'm like, it's a nose spray. What's the worst that could happen?
No, you can't get addicted to it, but your body can physiologically get addicted to it in the respect that when you stop using it, because I use Sudafed a lot, and what happens is if I stop using it, I get something called oh, what do they call it? What's it called? It's like a backup of it. It's like a after effect. So essentially, it gets worse before it gets better, if that makes sense. So I get more stuffy if I stop using it after a long time. And then it'll resolve to normal. But it's like I can't remember what the proper medical term is. I'm tired.
I know you're
Rebound.
not supposed to do more than like 3 pumps in 24 hours, and I've definitely been doing more than 3 pumps in 24 hours, but I guess maybe I should lay off of it.
No, you
well,
should
just to be fair, you can become addicted to anything.
That's
So
true.
technically, everything is addictive if you use it too much,
Yeah,
or if
even
you eat
coffee
it
is
too
a drug.
much.
Yeah, coffee's a drug.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth Carroll. She said rebound effect. That's exactly what the words I was looking for. Neti pots are good as well, but I'm not good with neti pots because I don't know. I'm just a bit funny about putting the water up one nostril,
Yeah.
and coming out the other.
Hey, McCatherine.
So did you know
But
that
yeah,
Charlie Kirk actually told his wife several times, if anything happens to me, he knew that eventually something could probably happen to him because he was speaking out. So he did tell her, if anything happens to me, I want you to continue on and, with our journey. And she is doing that. But do you know, right after the incident?
That's kind of crazy. I would not tell my significant other, the only
Well,
parent
doing what
left
he
to my children,
does,
to keep doing it.
but that was their beliefs. Like they believed that this was their calling and she's to continue on with the calling.
But
It's like when you're in
God
your,
forbid the same thing happens to her, and then she gets killed, and then the kids are orphans. You know what I
I
mean?
understand that, but like when you're in your like biblical beliefs, it's like you believe that this was your chosen path. So I believe that she believes that this is her chosen path. So she's going to continue. But I have to say, as soon as it happened, within like hours after it happened, she called for an immediate psychological evaluation for her kids to make sure that they were going to be okay. So she like jumped on this stuff right away for her kids. Like she is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, she's going through with it.
Her kids are like 1 and 3 or something.
Yeah, but they still witnessed that, right? I mean, it could have they were right there.
Yeah,
they were there.
I don't think the 1-year-old knew what was going on. Maybe the 3-year-old.
Yes, but the 1-year-old can feel the vibe, hear the screaming, the running. Like it still can cause a form of shock.
They're not going to be able to talk to. But yeah, but they're not going to be
No,
able to talk
no.
to
They
us
would just like
psychologists and
evaluate.
say anything.
No, they would just evaluate like her behavior and stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's mostly.
They also lost a dad. I mean, where's my daddy?
Well, one thing that you're not considering is that the internet's forever, and so eventually that kid will see that somewhere at some point in their life.
I know that's a horrible
Yeah.
thing. Like, they couldn't grow up and be able to see it. Yeah.
Well, it's like you don't get to choose which flashbacks of your childhood you get. You know, they just come randomly.
Right.
Yeah. Look, the book wasn't even like out for 2 days, and it had a 1-star review. Like, what? How does it have a 1-star review?
I know, that's weird. Maybe somebody just random. Who knows?
How many people could have possibly reviewed it? Anastasia means resurrection. Oh my god, did you know that the name Anastasia means resurrection or rising again, and Casey means vigilant or watchful. Her name is Anastasia Casey. That's the person who allegedly wrote the book.
Yeah,
It's definitely not a real name. They definitely just made up a name. But they made up the name Anastasia Casey, which is kind of crazy.
yeah. There's a lot of like these like what I call them is like extreme. They're extreme left wingers essentially. They're not just like left wing. They're extreme. They're like radicalized. These people.
Look. Someone said before that you could set the date. Like, so on Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing, the publication date is something you choose during the setup process. By default, Amazon will assign the publication date as the day your book goes live, but you can manually set it to an earlier date if you want it to show as having been published the day before or even months/years earlier. So it could have not actually came out before it happened. So it says, so yes, you can have your book show that it was published the day before, but entering the date, the publication date field, even though it really was live today. All right, so I'm going with that because there's no way that someone wrote a book about it happening before it even happened, you know?
Yeah, definitely not.
So yeah, they just dated it back to fuck with people, which is kind of sick to do.
A lot of sick people. There are a lot of sick people in this world, which is
Yeah,
evident from the amount of people that are celebrating it. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Like
yeah.
it all for the you know, having a difference of opinion doesn't warrant being assassinated. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Like yeah, I liked watching Charlie Kirk just because I didn't agree with a lot of the things he said, but I liked the way he got his points across. Like I don't know, like he wasn't just like an asshole up there talking. Like he actually like tried. He actually did make good points that I actually would agree with sometimes, even though I don't like agree with his side so much, but
Yeah, you're always going to get like polarizing figures and stuff, especially in the political sort of sphere or arena. But
yeah,
like, I'm not going to like listen to, for example, like somebody has yeah, it was very passionate. So somebody has like pro-life stuff. I don't necessarily agree with that personally.
yeah,
But yeah, that like you know, it's like you're not going to agree at the end of the day. Like even if it, I don't know, I just think it doesn't matter what side of the coin you land on, whether if you're extreme right and extreme left, or radicalized right or radical left. You are essentially the same. It's the same thing. It's just a different ideology. Do you know what I mean? These people are not well. They're not mentally well.
yeah,
Whether they're extreme and they're on the right or extreme on the left, it
yeah,
doesn't matter. They're like they are. There's something wrong with them. Like I see it in this country as well all the time. Um, but people, as far as I'm aware, like I mean, obviously we don't have guns over here. But hi Jacob. Um,
oh yeah, hey Hakab, I always say Hakab.
it is Jacob. It's Jacob.
Oh, what the fuck is that, man?
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about something. It's just sorry, Anne's texting. I
That's
don't know if
okay.
anyone else wants to give an opinion. The thing is, right? Let's just like his whole premise and his whole like sort of like stance was come and talk. That was the whole thing with
Yeah,
it.
he would put a chair down anywhere and be like, "Come talk to me about this topic." Yeah,
And it's like, you know, that guy could have went and got, well, he wouldn't have went and spoke to him because he was a lunatic, but like essentially, yeah, well, seriously though, it's like you can't debate, so you're just going to take him out. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really weird people. Cinema Shogun's got a lot of really good videos on it actually. He's done a lot of research,
And
but
Carolina girl says that she didn't even hear of him until he was assassinated. That genuinely surprises me because I feel like he was like all like I never looked for him, but he is. I feel like he was still everywhere. That you know what though, I used to have a political Instagram account and TikTok account, so maybe that's probably why I saw him all the time. I don't use those accounts anymore, but I used to have them, so it probably came up because of that.
yeah.
I followed him for like the last, I want to say almost 4 years now.
He
Yeah, I
was quite.
agree, Hakab. It's sad no matter what side you're on. Exactly. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm neither, and it's still sad, you know.
Yeah, it's like he was quite well known in the UK as well. He's done the circuits in the UK with all the different news stations, and you know, he's well known in the UK as well.
Yeah. Wow. See, AC Crew said she never heard of him until he was assassinated either. Um, Recrow's Grave World says, I think they mean that he was passionate without being enraged or hateful. I think she means without.
Yeah,
The opposite. All right. Anyway, let's watch one of the videos that Apple sent me. I haven't watched any of these yet, so they're a blind react. So I'm excited to see.
I think this guy. I'm not sure if it's this. No, it's not this guy. There is one guy that he was spotted celebrating immediately after it happened in the
Oh
crowd.
God, that's awful.
I don't think it's this guy here, but like the guy's now backpedaling and saying, no, he wasn't. It was something else. He was like excited about. It had nothing to do with that. But I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
if a gun going off, you're not going to start jumping about. You know, it's not going to. It's going to take your focus off of everything else in your head. You're not going to be like. So for him to, so I think he's trying to backpedal, but I think the CIA, is it the CIA or the FBI? I can't remember which one, but they're looking into other people that were linked to it or related to it, that kind of thing as well.
I
So
think probably the FBI. I'm sure they are. I heard that they caught the guy, but who they think it is anyway.
yeah, they definitely did. The guy, his father is actually, it's ironic because his father's a police officer or a chief like chief of
Right.
police, and he had
And
to actually he turned him in. Yeah, his father turned him in.
he got him
Oh,
to, he
his
got him
dad turned
to,
him in.
yes, he
Yeah,
got him to admit to it. And well, he had their minister come over and he had his son admit to it. And then they went and turned him in. And I think
That's crazy. I didn't know
the,
that. Wow.
this is why he's such a good marksman because his daddy has been a police officer his entire life.
I was going
So
to.
there's tons of pictures of him with military stuff that maybe he should. I mean, like maybe he was at a gun show or I don't know, but he was familiar with firearms for sure.
Well, it was a two uh like that's the range, and it was all that it was like it was in an area that would be considered something called a kill box. I think Becca spoke about this in a video. Essentially, it's like a perfect sort of scenario for like that kind of thing to have, sadly, for that kind of thing to have happened. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it really is awful. So since we're talking about this, I figured we'll talk about the kid who did it first because now I am like very interested.
yeah, okay. Well, apparently he lived Apparently he lived with another guy called Lance something. Can't remember his surname now. And he was actually in the middle of transitioning from male to female. But I think they were also into furries and stuff like that. So I don't know. And apparently the guy, I can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm like a bit tired today. But the guy that committed was his surname Taylor? Can't remember. But the guy that shot him is apparently in a relationship with this trans person that's undergoing the transition. And I'm not saying that was one of the reasons for what he did, but
it is interesting though, because I know I said this to you guys privately the other day, but Utah is known to be one of the most Republican states in the whole country, and Charlie Kirk is obviously very Republican and very conservative. So it's very interesting that it would happen in a Republican state and not in a Democratic one. Like you would expect it to happen in like New York or New Jersey or something, you know, like not, or Massachusetts, like, you know, like in a very Democratic state, not in like one of the reddest states that exists.
well, can you imagine how he's going to get on in prison in a state like that? Just think about it.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna have a bad time. Yeah, he's gonna be surrounded by a bunch of Republicans, and he killed Charlie Kirk. It's not gonna be good for him. All right, so this is what the Utah governor Spencer Cox said about the suspect. I guess at that time they just thought he was a suspect.
Sir Cox, Governor Cox, welcome back to Meet the Press. Our condolences to the Kirk family, to all of you in Utah who I know are grieving right now.
Thank you, Kristen. It is a dark time in our state's history, in our nation's history. Our prayers and hearts go out to.
Sorry, this is so. Don't you think he kind of looks like Charlie Kirk without hair? Or is it just me? I swear he looks like Charlie Kirk just without hair. Maybe it's just me.
I don't see it, Haiti.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I think it's just you.
I think it's just me. Okay.
To Erica, her children, and Charlie's family. Thank you.
Governor, let me start by just asking you to update us on the investigation. What more have investigators learned about the suspect and the motive here?
Yeah, so there will be much more coming out on Tuesday when charges are filed. They are gathering evidence, interviewing known friends, people around the suspect. What we know so far, there are a couple things that we can confirm that have been reported. We can confirm that again, according to family and people that we're interviewing, he does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family, and so that's part of it. We do know that the roommate that we had originally talked about, we can confirm that roommate is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. So we know that piece. I will say that person has been very cooperative with authorities, and we have additional evidence, forensic evidence that has been processed. We'll be sharing that when charges are filed on Tuesday. I
just want to know why they have to mention that the significant other was transitioning from male to female. Why does that even need to be mentioned?
I think it's relevant to the overall picture because he is political sort of like stance.
Yeah, I guess to show that that the guy who did the shooting obviously is more liberal if he's dating someone who's transitioning. I don't know though.
I don't think he was just more liberal. I think he was radicalized left. Like I think they both are.
Yeah, well, I it seems he probably was. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's just keep watching it.
Everything that we know confirms that this is the person. The why behind this, again, we're all drawing lots of conclusions and how someone like this could be radicalized. And I think that those are important questions for us to ask and important questions for us to answer.
Governor, you say that the boyfriend, the roommate, is cooperating with investigators. What specifically have you learned from this individual, and is the suspect cooperating?
So what we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge, was shocked when they found out about it. When he found out about it, the suspect has not been cooperating so far, and so we're getting all of this information from family members, again people around the suspect, and then the forensic information that we have, which is confirming everything and more than what we were able to share in that initial press conference.
Governor, I want to ask you about something you said on Friday. You said, quote, there was a radicalization that happened in a fairly short amount of time. How was the suspect radicalized? How quickly did it happen?
Well, again, those are pieces of information that we're still gathering, trying to understand. We do know, and again, this has been well publicized, that this was a very normal young man, a very smart young man, 4.0 student, I think a 34 on the ACT, went to my alma mater, Utah State University, but was only there for a very short amount of time. I mean, dropped out after less than one semester, and it seemed to happen kind of after that. After he had moved back to the southern part of Utah, clearly there was a lot of gaming going on. Friends that have confirmed that there was kind of that deep dark internet, the Reddit culture, and these other dark places of the internet where
is Reddit a dark place of the internet? Or is he just like looking for something, grasping at straws? I think that they think that this guy was radicalized because he literally said it before. He probably was, but like, I don't know. Reddit's a pretty open website. It's not like it's on the dark web. It's weird. Don't blame fucking Reddit. It could have happened in him playing like a game online, because those are just the people that are playing the game or having the conversation. Who knows what they're talking about? But Reddit's open to everybody, so I just think it's weird to blame it on Reddit.
Where this person was going deep, and you saw that on the casings. I think I didn't have any idea what those inscriptions, many of those inscriptions even meant, but they are certainly the memification that is happening in our society today.
Governor, I want to delve into some of the messaging that we have heard from you. Lawmakers, governors of both parties across the country have frankly praised what we heard from you on Friday, your unifying message. You said you see this as a watershed moment. How can this nation step back from the brink, Governor?
So look, this is you mentioned it in the introduction, but we have seen an escalation in violence that has been happening across the country. We've had periods like this in our past history. I've mentioned before, in the late 60s and early 70s, certainly we saw these types of high-profile political assassinations. Another dark time in our history. People keep waiting for somebody to lead us out of this, and I think that's a mistake. I don't think any one person, certainly not a governor, I don't think a president, I don't think anyone can change the trajectory of this. It truly is about every single one of us. And I can't emphasize enough the damage that social media and the internet is doing to all of us. Those dopamine hits, these companies, trillion-dollar market caps, the most powerful companies in the history of the world, have figured out how to hack our brains, get us addicted to outrage, which is the same type of dopamine, the same chemical that you get from taking fentanyl, get us addicted to outrage and get us to hate each other. I'm seeing it in real time since the tragic death of Charlie Kirk. I'm seeing it in every corner of our society. The conflict entrepreneurs are taking advantage of us, and we are losing our agency, and we have to take that back. We have to turn it off. We have to get back to community, caring about our neighbors, the things that make American great, serving each other, bettering ourselves, exercising, sleeping, all of those things that this takes away from us.
Well, Governor, you referred to social media as a cancer on Friday. That's an incredibly strong word. Do you believe that social media played a direct role in this assassination?
I believe that social media has played a direct role in every single assassination and assassination attempt that we have seen over the last 5-6 years. There is no question in my mind that cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What do
you guys think? Do you think that social media plays a role in this kind of stuff?
100%.
I agree.
if I wanted to get
Absolutely.
if I wanted to get conspiratorial, which I can, I would say that maybe the reason that they're bringing that up is because they want people to be identifiable online. So thus, in the UK, they're trying they're trying to roll out something that's like a digital ID card. So essentially, if you're on YouTube and you do something, they know who it is. So
Yeah.
it could be a way for you to lose some of your
I
rights.
mean, yeah, exactly. I feel like that takes away some of your freedoms online.
It will. But if they're going to like essentially like I don't think Trump would do it. But essentially, you could look at it from the aspect like, oh, they're using that as one of the excuses, or it is not necessarily an excuse because it was the case, but to tighten up like people's ability to use social media and stuff like that. So, thus, like, yeah, taking away your rights and your sort of like free.
Do you remember like several years ago they were talking about like changing the internet like completely and like taking away like a lot of the stuff that we could do, and there was like an uproar about it. People were like, hell no, it's not going to happen. I think it might have been when Obama was president that they were talking about it. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was talked about. It was short-lived and it died just as quickly as it was brought up, but it was like a really big deal for a short period of time. They were talking about like policing the internet basically.
Well, I think sometimes they push these things out prematurely to see what the reaction is, like a social experiment, to see what the reaction is going to be from the crowd, and if the crowd, like, depending on how they react in return, will help them make the decision on how to roll it out or how to employ it.
Yeah, that probably is what it was, but I don't know why they would ever think that people would be okay with that. You can't just like give us the world and then be like, oh, never mind, we're gonna start like fucking with how you can interact in the world, you
Right.
know? Like,
Right.
yeah.
They've already started doing it in the UK, so just saying.
Why? What are they doing in the UK?
Oh, I mean, we have, like, for example, like the CCTV cameras.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have more CCTV cameras on every, like, you can't go anywhere without being recognised, essentially.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And then
I mean, it's getting more and more like that here, but yeah,
it's
you
like,
guys have a lot. Yeah.
yeah, it's like when I was trying to make my YouTube account again, I had to show them my driver's license. I don't know if that's the truth. I don't know if that's the same for everybody in the UK, but I did have to show them my form ID. No, never.
I think that everybody should have to do that, honestly,
Wait,
because
show a
people
form of
threaten
ID for
people
what?
on accounts. What is it?
Show a form of ID for what? Sorry.
For social media. I think
Yeah.
that to have an account, you should have to show your identification
Well,
to have an
I
account that
agree.
keeps kids
I
offline and everything.
I agree and I don't agree at the same time. I agree for the reason that you just said is that okay, like okay, for even for buying weed, all you have to do is or click, are you 21 years or older? And all you have to do is click yes. Yeah, you could be
Right.
like 13, you know, they could be like a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old online. You don't that all you do is click yes. They don't like there's no verification of it.
There's no camera.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Like, so for things like that, I agree. But then I also don't agree because, like, why do you need? I don't know. Like, there's certain things. Like, if you're gonna go into okay, so for weed, like maybe it should be for certain things. Like, if you need it on the street, then sure. But if you don't, if it's gonna be something like for just any old website or any old app, then no, I don't think so. Like, you don't need it going into any store, so why should it be like that for any website? You know?
Nadia asked a question, what about a fake ID? No, you can't, because what they do is they make you upload your driver's license or a passport. And then what they'll do is they'll put the camera on, they'll ask you to put your camera on, and then they'll say face forward, then face to the left, then face to the right, so that they can scan your face to make sure it lines up.
They already do things like that. You ever see those like I've had to do that on my phone before for like I don't know if it was for Facebook. It was for some app. Like I had to like prove that I was a real person and like move my face to the right, move my face to the left. I don't remember what it might have been for YouTube actually. I don't even remember what it was for.
Yeah, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me because I'm way exposed, and I think it's a good thing that people are accounted for on social media when you see the damage and the craziness that social media, like, people can't behave themselves essentially. There are
No,
no
you
But
more
sure
than
can't.
I just showing an ID is not going to stop anything because
no.
so you already need an ID and like things are still going to happen like crazy, like unless like they need like a different way to.
The more control they have over you, the more the less you're able to get away with bullshit, basically. And that's me like paraphrasing it in a very like layman's terms. But like the more that they know about you, the less that you'll be able to get away with if you're a bad actor. If you're not a bad actor, you don't have anything to worry about,
Yeah,
essentially. You're not misbehaving, if you're not doing something illegal, if you're not cyberbullying someone or trolling someone, because we have really strong cyberbullying laws in the UK as well. Like they're really insane. Which
yeah.
I agree with personally. Um, but I do believe that if that was the case, then it would be a lot easier to like identify people, and that's essentially what the whole motive of it is behind, is to identify the people and hold them culpable or responsible if something happens. So I don't think it's a bad thing personally, but like I know it's different in America. Like you guys are all about like your freedom and freedom of speech and stuff like
Well,
that.
it's literally the First Amendment, so yeah, I guess it is a big deal, freedom of speech.
We don't have that. I mean, I don't even
We
think. Sorry, go
God,
ahead.
sorry.
No,
But
you
we
go ahead.
don't we really should have that law. Like our laws should be more enforced for the cyberbullying and stuff like that. I really believe like people making
Oh yeah, something should
15
be doing
posts in
a
less than
big yeah.
24 hours. It's called
What a prime
harassment.
what a good
Like
example.
that's
What a good example.
harassment.
Yeah, it is. Especially and also about the things that you could say about someone online. For example, if you don't have proof that someone is a murderer or a pedophile or anything like that, you shouldn't be able to say it, because then if people believe it and run with it and it goes out into the web, more and more people are going to be saying it, then eventually you type it into Google and Google's going to say it's true even when it's not, because that many people have said it.
Yeah, but like, sorry, I lost the train of what I was thinking because somebody wrote freedom like Braveheart. It's why we broke free from England, freedom, and it's like, well, essentially that's what the Scots that's what the Scots wanted as well. Hence the Braveheart quote freedom. But I don't know, like I think it only takes one person, right? It only takes one crazy person. And like I say, if you look on social media, it doesn't matter what the platform is, there are no real consequences for your actions. There really truly isn't.
No,
90
there isn't. There isn't. Think about even with like doxing. Like people get doxed all the time, and really nothing happens. Like
exactly,
there really should be something that happens, because like serious things can happen from someone
exactly,
doxing. It takes the serious. It only if something really bad happens does someone get in trouble, but it shouldn't have to get to that point.
but it does though on a daily basis. And I
I
mean,
know
you've got,
that's what needs to change. Like it's horrible.
mhm. And it's even more worrying when you live in a country that you can, in certain cases, like open carry or conceal carry or whatever, it doesn't matter. You basically have guns. So like, it
Yeah.
only takes one nutter to go to that address with a gun, and then what? See, like it's quite scary when you think about it. So I don't think I don't think this whole Charlie Kirk thing is about left versus right. I think it's a lot deeper than that. I think it, it's about a fringe group of people on the left that are radicalized, that are absolutely fucking out their mind bonkers. These are the ones that think men can have periods, and that
Oh my God.
no,
Yeah.
seriously, like these
I
these
know. Yeah.
oh, I call them woke people. I call them really woke
No,
people.
no, there's a difference between being woke and being crazy, because you could be on the left and be woke and not be like them. Like they're what they're having is not woke, it's delusions.
But they think it's woke. It's like that. Unfortunately, that term woke has become synonymous with the crazy sort of radicalized far left. And sadly it's the case. I mean, in this country, you've
Yeah,
got
they did kind of make being woke into a joke, which is sad. Oh, that
Yeah.
rhymed. That
they. I
rhymed.
mean, in this country, they've got like, just because somebody's like I don't know why they were something to do with like climate change, and they're actually gluing themselves to the roads like highways.
Wait, people are gluing themselves to the road?
Yeah, in this country, I think they're Antifa.
Like human beings are gluing themselves to the road?
Yeah, to stop
Why?
because
Right,
of
like the glue's not going to destroy the earth.
exactly, but it's all to do with like to try and reduce. They're because they're lunatics. They are
But wait,
not.
how
They're
does gluing
crazy, right?
themselves to the road help anything? Don't they have to like go eat, shower, pee? Like,
It's
Well,
like back in the 60s, the tree huggers, or,
I
they
don't think they care.
wouldn't. They'd pee on themselves.
Yeah, they probably have diapers on or nappies, we call
Yeah.
them. I mean, they're
that is
probably.
so weird.
Yeah, but that's only one example. And then you have another example where they were going into the museums and you've got like incredibly priceless pieces of art by Rembrandt, Monet, Van Gogh, and they're throwing fucking cans of like Heinz tomato soup over them.
Yeah.
But for no
Yeah,
other
that was
reason.
so wrong.
Yeah, it's
That
just
was
so
just
fucking. It's bad. It's bad behavior. And I think a lot of
it.
it is. Sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to overtalk everyone. It's just wrong.
Exposing. She just waiting for you to talk.
Yeah, it is wrong. It is completely wrong. Because they're also trying to erase history as well. Like if you've noticed, like in a lot, it's to please a small minority. In my opinion,
Well, I don't know how it is there, but in America, you don't even get taught the true history. Like you get taught what they want you to think happened, not even like what actually happened. And like some stuff is obviously true, but they tell you a lot of wrong facts.
well, like in this country, they're making like, and I don't have an issue. Like I'm not racist, right? My ex is colored, and I know that like you can still be racist and be with somebody of color. I'm not a racist, but I am like when it comes to stuff like history or art or whatever it is, like I like facts and I like things to be correct, right?
Yeah.
They're making series in this country where you're talking about the Victorian era or like maybe the Renaissance era where they're having like characters of colour. Like there was one show where they made the Queen Anne Boleyn, who was one of Henry VIII's
Yeah.
wives.
Uh-huh.
They had a black woman playing Anne Boleyn. Now I just can't I can't cope with that because it's like, well,
Yeah,
historically.
that's not being racist. It's saying it. You just want to keep the facts straight. Like like it's.
But
You know?
what they're essentially trying to do is indoctrinate the children into believing, or those that don't know any better, into
It's just as bad. If you think about it, it's just as bad as back in the day when they wouldn't let black actors be on stage and they would do blackface. It's just as bad as that. If it's a black role, then let a black person do it. You know what I mean? Like if it's
yeah.
not a black role, then have whoever race it is that do that role.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, we even have comedy shows in this country that are getting cancelled because because there's a small group of crazy left lunatics. That's what I call them, like like Antifa types, who are disillusioned and unhappy and don't like the way things are going. So they're kicking up a fuss and throwing their toys out the pram. And what they essentially want is everything to be history essentially to be rewritten
Yeah.
to suit them. And it's like, dude, no, because then what's happening is like like you're going to get young kids growing up thinking, well, maybe Anne Boleyn was black. It's very disorientating, and it's not. It's by design as well. They're
Yeah.
doing design, and I don't know what their main agenda is, but there's always more than one objective. Like if you want to go down a no, it's not necessarily even a conspiratorial route. It's just a fact. It's like there's always
Yeah.
a reason that they do these things, and it's. I mean, look, I've no. Look, if they want to make that program, by all means, make it. But I'm not going to watch it because I can't align with the fact that, like, like it's not because they're a black person. It's because I know
It's
that
just
I'm.
not factual.
It's not factual.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not
Right.
factual.
That's what I mean with like the U.S. history that they tell us. Like if it's like us like what's against a war with another country, they make it seem like we came out off with flying colors, and like they don't tell a lot of like the facts of like that's not necessarily true. Like okay, like oh my god, what is
Exactly.
it? What is it? It's like I can't remember. It's some war with another. I think it's the Vietnam War. Like that's like the one war where they'll tell us that like we got creamed, like like we lost that like really badly.
We had no business over there.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But like
understand why
they
we were over there, but
over there they call it the American War, which I thought was so interesting. But it makes sense, like to them, like we were the invaders, so they're calling it the American War, even though we call it the Vietnam War.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think you are perpetrating or perpetuating, the left versus the right with rhetoric like radical leftists, because there's radicals on both sides. Do you know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah, there definitely is radicals on both
It's not just a case of radical leftists. There's radical rightists, people on the right as well that are like
Yeah, of course. It's radical in every party.
exactly. So what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter what side of the coin you fall on, right? Whether you're an extreme rightist or a radical leftist or an extreme leftist, pick your words. It doesn't matter. I'm just picking words. It doesn't matter. Like they are essentially the same. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh
there's
yeah. They
right. They're
both just
just
take
as
things way too far.
yeah. So like
exactly.
the people on there, I'm not talking about just normal people that have left leaning values or normal
Yeah.
people that have right leaning values. That's fine. That's not a
You're
problem.
talking about those people that attack and
Yeah, I'm talking
throw
about
stuff at women
a
going into an abortion clinic. Those kind of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
like a very small it's there is nuance, yeah. It's not just, yeah, there's a lot of nuance. It's not like it's a very delicate subject. It's a very nuanced subject. It's quite a complicated and complex subject, and I'm not trying to like condense it into like just, oh, it's radical leftist. No, it doesn't
No,
matter
there's
when,
radical right as well.
yeah, and they're both as bad as each other. Not one is
Yes.
the other, and it's these type of people that are causing these atrocities, like what happened to Charlie. And
Yeah.
so if we don't speak about it, I mean, we don't have to speak about it, but the live is about this. And it just so happens that on this occasion, it was radical leftists. It wasn't radical right people. If it had been radical right people, we'd be discussing that. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't want you to think that I'm I'm center. I really don't, I think it's all pie in the sky. I think politics is all smoke and mirrors, essentially. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it
I don't,
is. It is.
I don't vote because to me they're all just the same. It's just the
Oh my God, you
president.
sound like my ex-boyfriend.
No, it is. It's true though. In my opinion, the guy who did it, is from the right. Have you checked that? Just because he's gay, don't mean he's like, no, 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 no. He was definitely on the left. Not, he wasn't on the right.
Oh wait, what? I don't even know about that. But just something that I forgot the name of the person said before. I think it might have been AC Crew. How they said that it's like fentanyl is like the same as it's the same feeling that that the internet gives these people about hating each other. That's such bullshit. Like I know what he's trying to say, but he's just using a buzzword. That's not like fucking fentanyl. He means it gives you a high, but don't use the fucking word fentanyl like to attach it to
Right,
that.
right,
That's just
right.
too far, you know.
So you can be
You
your
could have
family.
lowered it down to like a volume or something,
Just say don't use any drug reference. Just say it gives you a high
It gives
feeling,
you
like
euphoria, the dopamine. That's
yeah,
all he
exactly.
needed to say.
Adrenaline. That there you
Hmm.
go.
Right. So first of all, I didn't know that the guy was gay. That's news to me. I didn't know that he was gay, Miss
I didn't
Anonymous.
know that until they said it in this
I didn't
video.
know
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, and I'm
know that. I had
assuming he's connected to this person that wrote the
yeah,
song.
but
That,
on the other hand, what I want to say is just because his whole family are MAGA doesn't mean he is,
right, and that's okay.
and that's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
My mum's a Christian. I'm not.
Right.
do you see? Like it doesn't matter. Like that's my mum's beliefs, and I respect my mum's beliefs, but they're not my beliefs. So it just because his whole family was MAGA, doesn't mean that he
Doesn't mean
was.
he needed to be correct.
I'm trying to
And
Google what he was. And he could have also been registered as a Republican, but like maybe his
that
parents made him do that or something.
oh, you just don't know. But I mean, he's flatmate, and I don't know if he was in a relationship. It's that they have discussed the fact that he was potentially in a relationship.
Oh, he was neither. Okay, hold on. I found an article that said it was 60 hours ago. Hold on, let me find it. Okay. A flood of false and misleading claims filled social media in the 2 days it took officials to arrest and publicly identify 22-year-old Tyler Robinson as a suspect in Wednesday's assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk at Utah University. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the point. Okay, the facts. Okay, let's
What
see.
is your source? What is this source you're citing? Just so that I know it's like reputable, because it could be anything.
It's apnews.com.
Okay.
I'll show it on my screen. Hold on.
No, it's just good to know the sources as well when you're speaking about such things, because you
Yeah,
don't know. But that's fine. I'm sorry to interrupt. Just
no,
wondering.
it's okay. The reaction followed a well-worn pattern of misinformation and conspiracy theories that often come after breaking news events when facts can be fluid. Those kinds of posts appeared within hours of the shooting, with some of the earliest incorrectly identifying the gunman before officials had released any information about a suspect. More claims spawned on Thursday and Friday, presenting old videos and photos as recent footage of the shooter and erroneously reporting on Robinson's background. Here's a look at the facts. Claim Robinson is a registered Republican. The fact, this is false. Utah records say Robinson was registered as a voter but not affiliated with either political party. His voter status is inactive, meaning he did not vote in 2 regular general elections after receiving a notice from his county clerk. According to Utah Governor Spencer Cox, Robinson's family said he had become more political in recent years and had criticized Kirk, mentioning he was due to appear at an event in Utah. Cox stated that ammunition found at the scene was engraved with taunting anti-fascist and meme culture messaging. What the fuck did the bullets say?
One of the bullets had a cheat code from a game called Hellfire 2. I think it was a cheat code, like arrow right, sorry, arrow left, arrow up, 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 and then arrow right. I think one of them had something OWO, which is a furry thing.
It's a
Wow.
furry thing, really?
So
I
Gypsy would
didn't
know
know
about it
that.
then.
It's related to the furry community, apparently.
Oh
Now
gosh.
this is Becca's video. I'm getting this from.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't.
So
I haven't
I
finished
need to
that
watch
video
that.
yet.
I need to
yeah,
watch it then.
actually, you could bring up Becca's video now and scroll to the part where she's talking about what was written on the bullet casings, and
I'll
the
do
last,
it. I'll do that right after I'm done reading this article.
yeah, and the last one said, "If you read this, you're gay." Well, there is actually a Reddit.
That's so
it
juvenile.
is, I know,
Yeah, some of the stuff is ridiculous.
but there's actually a Reddit page or a Reddit. I don't know what they call it because I'm not very like familiar with Reddit, but there's a Reddit page per se or a Reddit forum which is called "If you read this, you're gay," and they have completely wiped all of their stuff.
Oh
And
shit.
Oh
But
wow.
that's so interesting because that saying has been around for like decades. If you read, if you do this, you're gay. If you read this, you're gay. If you say what, you're gay. You
Yeah,
ever heard that? If you say what, you're gay, and then someone always goes, "What?"
but I think the OW,
exactly.
yeah,
It's like the R word, Haiti.
oh,
When
those blood groypers, yeah, Nick the Dull Knife, I remember him. Do you remember him, Nick Fuentes, the Dull Knife? Oh, I can't stand him. Anyway,
All
um, yeah, one of the bullets had OWO in it, which when Becca looked into it and I've looked into it as well, it brings up it's something to do with a meme about furries.
Oh, I've seen OWO many times on the internet. I don't know what it is, but I've seen that. Like it looks like it's typed. It looks like it's typed, right? Like OWO, like Like
Yeah.
you make a little face.
Yeah, it's sad. And look, like, yes, he assassinated someone and he took a life. But to me, it's sad because that guy had a scholarship to was it Utah University? He had like an actual
Yeah, but he lost it or something though. Okay,
yeah,
OWO is a text-based emoticon. So yeah, I was right. With the O's representing wide, innocent-looking eyes, and the W representing a small, cute nose or mouth. That's what I thought it was. It was a face. It
yeah,
is
no,
used to convey a range of emotions, including cuteness, surprise, curiosity, or playfulness, and its exact meaning is often determined by context.
well,
Furry and anime communities, meme culture, and OWO speak. In some contexts, OWO has evolved into a full writing style, OWO speak, where words are intentionally made to sound extra cute. Other meanings, OWO bot on the Discord messaging app. OWO was a command used to interact with the OWO bot, a popular game where users hunt for virtual animals, a Nigerian town, and a London residences. That's everything for OWO.
can you read a bit about furries again? The bit where it
Yeah. Okay. Furry and anime communities. The emoticon became popular in online role-playing forums within the furry community and among anime fans to express excitement, often within a flirtatious or suggestive undertone.
right. That's weird because apparently his flatmate, apparently, you see how I'm saying apparently because I don't know,
Yeah.
but apparently he was into that as well. Like he was a bit into furries or something. I mean, Becca's done a very good video about it. And I do like I have never seen her put out incorrect information yet, but you know,
Yeah.
that's all I say. That
Well,
was my
I'll go to that part of the video after I'm done reading
okay.
this article. So the next claim was that Robinson is a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, and the fact is this is false. Priscilla Yeverino, spokesperson for the group, confirmed that we have no members in DSA named Tyler Robinson anywhere in the country. A photo of a person who bears a resemblance to Robinson wearing a Salt Lake City DSA shirt with the slogan "Be the Change" with BEE like a bumblebee, has been used to support this claim. Yeverino declined to confirm that the person's identity for this person's privacy and safety. Prior to Robinson's arrest, many on social media were quick to assume the shooter was a Democrat, and prominent conservative figures, including President Donald Trump, blamed liberal politics for Kirk's deaths. No surprise there. Okay, the next claim is a video of a man running toward a parking lot shows the shooter escaping. That's a claim. And the fact is, this is false. The video was filmed on July 28th, more than a month before Kirk was shot and began spreading and began wait before Kirk was shot and began spreading before Robinson was arrested. It shows Dakota Hoyer, the suspected gunman who killed 3 people and injured 3 others at the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada, running from the front of the resort in the direction of the parking lot. See, this is just an article about all the people that have been accused and like what they've been accused of and claiming it's not true. Okay, claim. Democrats opposed a moment of, oh, I heard about this. Okay, claim. Democrats opposed a moment of prayer for Kirk in the House. Yeah, I heard that the Democrats wouldn't give a moment of silence. Okay, and it says the facts. This is misleading. On Wednesday, the House observed a moment of silence, a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family at the request of Speaker Mike Johnson. A subsequent request for a moment of prayer out loud elicited vocal objections and chaos on the House floor. Footage shows members standing silently for about 30 seconds. Johnson then bangs his gavel, and Representative Lauren Boebert says that silent prayers get silent results, before requesting that someone lead a spoken prayer as well. An audible no can be heard in response, among other protests. Shouting continues for about a minute, requiring Johnson to bang his gavel and state The House will be in order several times. In a commotion, Johnson also says, we will join for prayer tonight after this, okay? Many posts claiming that Democrats had opposed a moment of prayer for Kirk shared clips that omitted Johnson's initial request and ensuing silence. Okay, so basically that was not true. Democrats did not decline a moment of silent prayer. They wanted to do a prayer out loud, basically. Okay, the next claim is the shooter was identified as Michael Mallinson or George Zinn. Yeah, I heard they got two wrong people before that. The facts is just false. I don't need to read the whole thing because we already know those aren't the people. Oh my God, one of them was a 77-year-old man. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
Mallinson is a 77-year-old Toronto resident who told the CBC that he found out he had been wrongly accused after waking up from a nap and receiving a panicked call from his daughter telling him to delete his social media accounts. Oh my God, imagine. He said that before the shooting, he had never heard of Charlie Kirk. Mallinson's bears resemblance to the man named George Zinn, who was being like. So I guess George Zinn must also be old, who was filmed being dragged away, handcuffed by two officers. The video spread widely on social media after the shooting. The Utah Police Department said in a statement that it initially took in George Zinn as a suspect, but that they were later released and charged with obstruction. Would they obstruct? Did they not tell us the details? The statement said Zinn, as well as a second person who was taken into custody and released after interrogation, has no current ties to the shooting. And that's the whole article. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I never finished watching this. Where'd it go? Okay, here we go.
Have done, especially to our kids. It took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are, and we're doing everything in Utah, first state in the nation a couple years ago to pass comprehensive reform. Sadly, these most powerful companies on earth are suing us to prevent us from implementing these things.
I want to play you a little bit of what we heard from President Trump this week and get your reaction. Take a look.
The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem. And they're vicious and they're horrible and they're politically savvy.
What is your reaction to that message from President Trump, Governor?
Well, look, I've talked to President Trump. President Trump is angry, and he has every right to be angry. A lot of Americans are very angry right now, and there clearly was a leftist ideology with this assassin, and so I totally understand that anger. I also wish you would have played the clip where he quoted Charlie Kirk about the importance of nonviolence, because he said that too. And I can tell you that the president has reached out to me. He reached out to me after the press conference and thanked me multiple times for my words. That's probably a surprise to people. He also, the reason I'm doing these morning shows, I don't do much national press anymore. The White House asked us to come on and to talk about this because they're worried about the escalation that's happening out there. But again, I don't know why we feel like we need to take our cues, that we as Americans have to get up in the morning and decide how we're going to react or act based on what the president says or what a governor says or what anyone else says. In my conservative philosophy, and quite frankly, in my faith philosophy, we believe in agency. We believe that we are each individually responsible for ourselves. And the United States of America is a collection of a lot of different people. And again, no president is going to lead us out of this. It's going to be every single one of us.
Governor Spencer Cox, we so deeply appreciate your joining us and your perspective.
That's that. Anybody have anything to say about that?
I think Trump was a bit like, I don't know, I don't think you know, he always talks sometimes.
Oh, oh my God, I had so much to say about what he said, but I was like, let me not turn this into a whole political thing. Let me keep my mouth shut.
That's the thing.
I wanted to pause it so badly and say what I wanted to say, but
The thing is,
I refrain.
politics is so polarizing, especially in your country. It's really polarizing. Like,
Yeah, it is a big deal
but
here.
yeah, and it's like, see, like there's like we're talking about militant, like right wing people for those or whatever. Like, yeah, potentially, but that's not what. Like that's not what we want to do. That's what, like, this stream's not about like left versus right. Like, no, it's about a man who was shot at the age of what, 31, and has left 2 kids,
I
and
know, it's so sad.
all for having a difference of opinion. That's all. All he did was have a difference of opinion, and you can
Yeah,
opinion. You don't have to kill them, anybody for it, and that's the whole thing. And then it's like you then have to wonder, well, what happened? Like, why? Because like I don't know. I don't know. I just think the world's getting crazier by the day, and the fact that you can now just take someone out just for having a difference of opinion.
I know,
Um.
I know it shouldn't be that way, and I think it's. I know I've already talked about this. I think I talked about this on Cases Live the other day, but I don't understand how he shot them, like shot Charlie Kirk in a crowd full of people, and it took like 2 days to find out who he was. Like, there's people and not there's cameras everywhere. There's people everywhere. He had to have done it from like close enough where he could like get a shot. It went right into his neck. Like it was
Yeah.
a pretty good shot.
Yeah. Well, like
That's why I think the other 2 people were arrested, Haiti. They were,
Maybe
Mhm.
they were, because they thought since they were
plants.
older and they had like more experience with guns or something. Like, I don't
I
know.
don't know, but there were 2 people that kept them off of the real guy. I am upset that it took them 33 hours to find this dude.
Oh,
I don't
I don't
understand.
understand how. I don't understand how. Like, think about, okay, when freaking when Kennedy was assassinated, that guy was arrested like like pretty much immediately, because there were
Right?
people right there that saw it happen.
Right.
like someone
Uh,
Anonymous was saying in the chat, like there's difference between hate speech and like a difference of opinion. I don't really like, from what I've seen of Charlie Kirk, and I've been watching a lot of him over the past 2 or 3 days, right? I haven't seen any hate speech. Quite the
oh
No, he
no,
doesn't do. He doesn't do hate speech, and I don't. I like I said, I don't even agree with everything that he says, but I do
right.
respect how he said it. Because it wasn't hate speech. A lot of that's the thing. A lot of these things can get out of control. People get heated, and the people that showed up to his rallies, especially people from the liberal side, which I'll admit, they were the ones that usually showed up crazy and were like, well, what do you have to say about this? And then he would always have a comeback, obviously, because he came prepared. And like,
hmm
I don't even like him. I'm going to defend him that he handled it all very well. And he was not doing it in a hateful way.
never.
Other people might have taken it that way, but he was not doing it in a hateful way.
No,
No,
he was very matter of fact.
Yeah.
It wasn't condescending, and it wasn't I'm better than you.
Yeah,
It
no.
wasn't like that
He
at all.
really did want to spread what he believed to be true.
And he
Oh,
was
look who's
open to
just got
listening.
here. Wait, hold on. Hey, Becca.
Becca
Becca.
Scoops.
What up? What a nice surprise.
See, Becca's a good authority on this, so I hope
Yeah.
she speaks on this.
I think, Anne, this is the first thing we've ever agreed on. I completely agree with you.
Well, that means you agree with me
Sorry,
too.
I was muted. Sorry, I was muted.
Hi,
That's
Hey
okay.
guys.
Becca.
Welcome.
Hey, Becca.
Hey guys. I wanted to weigh in on why maybe they didn't catch him like right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the place where Charlie Kirk was shot, they only have 85 sworn officers. So I think that's like nothing, you know, can you imagine? And so
Yeah.
there's like pandemonium
Oh, you mean like
probably.
85 sworn officers, like in the whole like area that work,
Police
but like
force,
or were there?
exactly.
Oh
For the
wow,
Yes.
yeah.
whole
So
So the
university.
whole
Yeah.
city,
yeah,
that whole
that
city.
Yeah.
that is very small.
Yeah. So what happened, you know, just thinking there's only 85 officers and they're all out on different assignments when that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't know that. That is crazy.
Yeah, so I just wanted to weigh in on that because you can imagine that's just a really small really small department. And so they were like waiting for the FBI to get there is probably
Well,
what
that's the
happened.
thing, Becca. It's the FBI. It's not the sheriff's office and their
Yeah.
deputies that I have an issue with. I don't understand what took Cash Patel so long to find him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened in the investigation probably once I think it took a while for them to get there. I mean, for the FBI to get on the scene and
Well,
then they
yeah,
would
because they're yeah.
then
Who
they would
knows?
have
I'm
to.
sure. I'm sure they're stationed in every state, but where they're stationed in that state, it's not like they're like right down the street. So
Yeah,
Right.
probably not a lot in Utah. There's, yeah,
yeah,
every state has FBI, an
yeah,
office, a
yeah, yeah,
location. But where
yeah.
it was at and how long it took them to even get there would probably be a few hours at the most.
Yeah, but I don't
Um,
even mean like how long it took like the cops to get the guy. I mean like even the people, the public. There's people with phones everywhere. Like he
yeah,
had to have been
I
standing
think
next to someone and pull
I
the
think
trigger. How did
because he
someone
was
not
on
just grab him? You
Yeah,
know?
I think because he was on that rooftop and then he was, 200 yards away and then he turned
Yeah,
around and went out into a grove of trees basically.
Yeah.
yeah,
He wasn't
yeah,
around anyone like you're talking about the assassination of JFK. That was in downtown Dallas. So immediately you've got a huge police force, right?
yeah,
And yeah, I don't know exactly why it took them as long as it did still to find the guy. I think it was 33 hours, they said.
Hmm.
I'm sure they had within a few hours, they probably had identified him on the video, with the pictures that we saw, but they didn't show that to the public for a while. So I don't know if they were like trying to find him themselves before showing it to the public, but yeah. So I don't, f- I don't, I'm not sure if it was. I don't find it like crazy, I guess, that it took him 33 hours, but because where the
yeah.
guy shot was so far away, you know, he
Well,
he
I
was
don't know. I didn't know how far away it was. I just think
so
to me, to my head, that in this day and age where there's people and cameras everywhere, that's why I thought it was crazy. You
yeah,
know?
if I made a small video about it and I've got like all the logistics of, if you want to go watch that later of how far away he was and then he just turned around and when you look at that you're like, "Oh, well nobody would have saw
Yeah,
him
there's
there.
nobody when he's walking away, there's nobody back
There's
there.
nobody. He's up on a
Is there
roof."
is there footage of him walking away?
Yeah,
Yes, he's
there's
jumping
footage
off the
of
Wow. I
him.
building,
mean, yeah, I
Haiti.
definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he walks away like easy peasy.
Right.
He doesn't even try to run. That's crazy.
No,
He
he
Well,
jumps
you
just
down
guys,
jumped
from
off.
this
He
roof and then just like,
jumped off the
yeah.
building.
Yeah, jumps off this
Wow,
building.
that's
but
crazy.
Haiti, you have to realize that the world that we live in now, people, less people help, more people record. And just like that
That's
woman
true.
that got
Look at the
stabbed on the
girl in
subway,
the
they
train.
let her get, no one pulled that man off of her. It's like more people record, less people help now. It's sad, but
That's
it's the
very true.
reality.
That's sad. I told a story on Cases panel the other day, but I have a friend like who, when you're getting onto a train, they always say mind the gap. My friend was getting onto the train. I was with her, and she did not mind the gap. And no joke, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was crazy. One leg of hers was on the train, and the other leg just fell in between in the gap. So one leg was like dangling in between the train and the platform, and her other leg was on the train, and I was trying to help her, like looking around at all these other people who were just sitting there like not helping. I was freaking out, like what if like the train door closed and
Train
it started to
started
drive
moving.
away. Yeah,
Mhm.
like, and no, not a single person got up. They all just like, you know, like kind of looked. Some of them didn't even look like they didn't want to be bothered with it. It was like this girl's about to lose her fucking leg. Like, so yeah,
Hmm.
people definitely don't help. It's crazy.
I think in this case, the jab happened so quickly that I don't think anybody had time to actually react to him. What upsets me is that nobody was with her. You know,
Yeah,
in those few seconds when she's just gushing and looking like what's going on, not a
yeah.
single soul went and held her hand.
It was, maybe it all happened so fast that they didn't even like know, like, you know, I mean, it was obvious what happened to him. Maybe they just didn't know what to do, or they were focusing on getting the guy. I don't know.
I don't know. It's so disheartening and so sad. All of it.
Yeah, I know. I can't even imagine. And you saw like the last question he was asked, right?
Mm, no.
I don't remember
Uh,
exactly what it was, but it was something about like about guns and gun violence or something.
oh, you're talking about
But do you
Charlie.
remember what it was?
You're talking about Charlie now.
Yeah,
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 it was about
Yeah, it was about
transgender mass
transgender
shootings.
gun violence.
yeah. I have a
Yeah.
clip here. This isn't the last question he was asked, but I do think it was interesting that he was just asked this question like soon
I think it's
before.
worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
Is that, I just think that's so creepy, like, and eerie that it came from him. I think that he's like, I think that we should have some gun violence deaths, a couple every year, and then he winds up being one of them.
Yeah.
Well, you need to play the whole clip.
Oh, that's all I have of it. That's how I
Yeah,
found it. That's how I found it.
Yeah, I don't
Why
want
do
to
you know
see the
there's more
actual
to it?
thing.
we have to see the whole clip.
Do you know the whole clip, Ann? Is there something I
I
don't know?
don't. I've seen it, the whole clip, so but I don't know where to find it.
What happens? Like, what's missing from it? I want to know.
He's asked. They're discussing. He says he talks about owning a gun is like driving a car. You get in a car and there's he talks about the car accidents and you're taking a risk every time you drive. Um, but
I
are
think
we
he's
not
trying
gonna?
to make the point, Anne, like that that you don't try to limit the number of cars because people get killed in car accidents. That
Right.
it's the person wielding. This is his point. Okay, just to be, that the person wielding the gun is to blame, not the gun itself.
Not the gun itself, correct.
And so I would say, I mean,
I definitely agree with that.
that
I agree
well,
as
it
well.
does kind of make sense, right? We've tried many times to, limit different types of guns. And the funny thing about this assassination is he was murdered with just a regular hunting rifle. It wasn't even the
Hmm.
ones that they're trying to limit, which
Wasn't
are the
an AK. It
AR-15s.
wasn't a.
It was an
Yeah,
AK. Yeah,
Right.
so
I
it's a,
found I found the whole thing. So like, go
okay,
watch
great. Yeah.
it.
Yay, Lady Haiti.
Yeah, Lady Haiti Joyless. Yeah.
So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, by having more armed guards in front of schools. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
Was
It's
that the
fair.
whole thing?
There's probably a larger discussion, but I think if I know his talking point on that is that just what I kind of said, that there shouldn't be a utopian view, meaning just because if we limit, if we make a law saying, okay, no AKs in our society,
Yeah, yeah.
are we going to get rid of gun deaths?
Well,
His
it's
point was
just
no, right?
no, yeah, yeah, of course. It's just
Right.
like even with like something like drinking alcohol, like prohibition, did it stop people from drinking? No, they just got,
Right.
speakeasies and shit, like, like
Right.
stuff like
And that
that.
there's so right, exactly, great point. There's so many guns in our society now that how would you even start to confiscate all the guns?
Yeah,
And then even if you could, only the law-abiding people would turn them in, and you'd still have the criminals with guns, right?
of course. Yeah, yeah,
So there's
yeah.
going to be gun violence, right?
Yeah, even if they got rid of all guns, there would still be some back shop somewhere selling guns, like,
Exactly.
Kids are
Yeah.
modifying BB guns now. They're 3D printing stuff now. Like,
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
3D
honestly,
3D
printing.
print the
Yeah,
gun.
great point.
it's like no matter what, I mean, even if we got rid of guns in the United States, they would always find a way to smuggle them in. They're always going to be here. Like they're not going to go anywhere unless the
It's like
entire
drugs. They're
like
never going to get
world.
rid of drugs because there's always a way to get it in.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. He was
But
more of
I
a,
still,
like a culture warrior when he talked about having dads in the home. His
yeah,
not that I watched a lot of him, but of course I've seen some of his debates, and his whole kind of mantra was that there's a breakdown of the family, and he believed his belief was that you should start to that culturally we've got a society where we don't have that, there's a lot of divorce and all these things, and that this sometimes creates problems with kids that grow up and then get into crime. That was kind of his deal.
yeah,
Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I'm just saying what kind of his mantra was.
Yeah, his mantra is kind of God, family, country.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
that's who he is.
yeah.
Yes, he had very biblical beliefs. He definitely did.
Oh, I found something interesting. This is an interview from 48 hours before he was assassinated.
Oh, let's see it. Yeah.
What that guy, what's his name? Ben something? Ben Shapiro. That's
Ben
it. Okay.
Shapiro. Yeah.
Oh, I
Ben
love
Shapiro.
Ben.
He's another person. Like, I don't agree with everything that he says, but like I can't help but like him for how he like talks and presents himself. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I don't there, even the people that I really do not agree with anything on, I will still defend their right to say it.
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course. Yeah,
I
it
will
wouldn't be
defend their
America if you
right to
can't.
say it.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So,
Freedom of
yeah,
speech. It wouldn't be America if you couldn't say what you wanted to.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
And one thing a friend said to me, interestingly, which is, okay, Charlie, we've pushed back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border, so like maybe we should also ask a question: is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So Ben, some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse.
With the Jewish music.
Because it's not a Jewish. I don't know. It's really weird though. I didn't know what it. I didn't know what it was going to be. I was not expecting that. That was random.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Ben and David Harrison. I feel bad for all of his, friends that he's made over the years through his outreaching programs, through his political stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so.
I've been very sad all week. Very, very disheartened.
Nagila Hava.
Yeah.
Was that
Becca, were you here when we were...
Greek stuff, or was that
It sounds like that.
No,
right?
that's like a Jewish kind of thing.
Yeah,
that was a Jewish one. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they kind of sound similar.
Yeah.
Were you here when we were talking about how that there was that book written about his assassination, and it came out the day before he was assassinated?
Yeah, they need to look into that. There was also some person on TikTok that put out something the day before also and was like an ominous, oh, Charlie Kirk's gonna whatever, like kind of saying something was gonna happen to Charlie Kirk the next
Oh, I didn't
day.
know
I
about the
think
Twitter
that's
one. That's
Taylor's.
creepy.
I think
It
that's
was on
Taylor's
TikTok, I think.
boyfriend.
Oh, TikTok. But
Yeah.
I
one
think
for the book, we pretty much figured out you couldn't date it. Like you
You
could
can backdate it.
probably, yeah, you could backdate the day that
Oh,
it's
okay.
published.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure they're looking into all of these people, and
yeah. Of course, yeah.
I guess it was breaking news yesterday. I don't know if you guys went over this, but I thought he was living with his parents, but then they were saying he was living with somebody that is like like a
it's his
transgender
Oh,
boyfriend.
yeah,
Yeah,
his
Is that
guys,
boyfriend.
true? Is
And
that
that's
true?
the
Or
person that wrote that song.
I
what do
don't
you
think
mean
they
the
don't have a
song?
Sheila hat, but
That
not the Jew
the little
song.
the Charlie
Like,
Kirk is dead
what's
song.
his name again? Something Robinson. Tyler
Lance,
Tyler
Robinson.
Tail.
Robinson.
Lance.
Yeah.
Lance
What is it?
Twiggs is the name of
Lance
of
Twiggs
the
is the guy that he was living
yeah.
with in
Yeah.
the
Okay.
apartment, or sorry, it was a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, Daily Mail has pictures of Lance Twiggs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at that. I haven't gotten a Daily Mail yet today.
Okay, I'll
But
do
yeah, I
that.
think Lance is his boyfriend that is transitioning.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't um it's just confusing because it was like he's living with his parents, but then there was
Lance
this
Twigs.
apartment. Lance Twiggs, look that up. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going there right now.
It's actually when you type in Lance, it's the first thing that comes up.
Oh,
So
Of
wow.
course.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. Now I'm gonna have that Jewish song stuck in my head all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's better than what's been going on in my head the last few days.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's finally kind of going away a little bit, but
Yeah.
Katie, really
it was.
quick, did you click emails? Because I didn't click any of the emails today.
No, I always just kind of go to like a random page like I usually do.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you. All right, Lance Twig was Charlie Kirk's killer. Tyler Robinson living with transgender partner. So I guess we just want to look at pictures of him, right?
Yeah. Click on the post. See the post, New York Post. They usually are pretty good.
Okay.
To the right.
Wait, you see it where?
To the right. The New York Post is the okay. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, there. Now you got pictures.
This one?
That's the picture. Yeah, that's better. That's good. Yeah, those are the pictures I've seen. The one in that little hoodie. I haven't seen the
Yeah.
one with the
Maybe it's on a delay for what you're seeing or something.
Oh,
I was
okay.
I was already over here. I was
Oh,
I was so
okay.
confused.
Yeah, it must be a delay. Yeah.
Is that a furry outfit that person has
Well,
on?
they said that he was allegedly into furries, so
Well, the one in
You
the
know those
case
pajamas?
yeah, look at this one too.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Robinson's roommate amid reports he lives with transgender partner.
I haven't
And
seen
I
that one
did.
with
I'm
I
sorry,
haven't seen that
Becca.
one with the yellow one. I haven't seen that. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see that one, Haiti.
Okay. It's gonna bring
Make
me
it
to a different page, so I gotta switch pages. Who is Lance Twix?
Wow. Now, I did hear today that he is cooperating with authorities.
I don't want to subscribe.
I heard Tyler was not.
Right. I heard that actually this Lance Twiggs was the one who was cooperating like right away.
Right.
And turned over their text messages. He was the one, they were in a Discord with other people. And I'll let me talk about that for a minute because I was sent some interesting information from someone, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they were supposedly in this community, you know, where they were in this Discord, and that Tyler, the guy, the shooter, right after had gotten in Discord and messaged Lance and said, I need you to go pick up the gun that
Oh
he had left.
wow.
Yeah, he had left the gun in the woods. It was wrapped in a towel. By then, authorities had already, I don't know if authorities got it because Lance told them, but what I heard was that they found Lance pretty like within hours. And then Lance was like, yeah, I'm cooperating. Probably scared the shit out of the guy.
Mhm.
And so he turned over all their messages and all that information. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure Tyler has lawyered up because, you know, that's the smart thing to do at this point. But yeah, so I had made this video. Maybe some of you may have seen it, and if you didn't, that's okay. I'll just go over what I found was that on the casings. So the one that
Oh
actually,
yeah, I wanted to know about this. This is perfect.
yeah, so on the casings, the one that actually was the one that shot Charlie, that entered his neck, um, had these inscription on it. This I think you guys were talking about it earlier. The OWO, and
Yeah. Huh?
it's no, it the whole thing is notice bulges. OWO something else. I'd have to look up the whole thing. Notice bulges, and so I looked it up, and it's a meme, um, um, possibly related to just like I have to go over it again. I don't know if it was the gamer. There's a lot of gamer stuff involved with this stuff, but
Yeah, I read something. It was about it involved in some game. I don't remember what game it
yeah,
was, but I read it. I
there
read
was
like something about it.
there was one that was definitely linked to a game, this Helldiver. I think Charlotte talked about it. It was these arrows. It was like arrow up, 3 arrows
Oh
to the
yeah,
side.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that had to do with a 5-kilometer bomb that you could drop in this game. And so
Wow.
basically that one was like powerful airstrike is what it meant. And of course, then the bullet is a powerful airstrike, right? To hit them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
That one, all of these inscriptions on these casings seem to revolve around the meme culture and possibly this subreddit group. And
And a
someone sent
Discord.
me, yeah, Monica, the Groypers. I'm going to talk about that. So there is some people, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I'll share it, that there is a super, super far right extremist guy named Nick Fuentes. And Nick Fuentes is, I mean, ideologically, I don't think you could get more to the right, I think. I mean, I haven't totally researched him, but the little bit that I know about this guy, he's very lot of religious connotations in his far right stuff. I mean, I'm Catholic. That's my personal preference and stuff, but this guy is like way out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so um supposedly Nick Fuentes community had it in for Charlie Kirk because they believe that Charlie Kirk was too moderate in his beliefs. And there was, just like in our little Gypverse community, sometimes you get these infighting that goes on, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so this online infighting. And you got to remember that when Charlie started out, he was only an 18-year-old kid. And, there's a lot of jealousy by other maybe conservative people that around his age that he was the chosen one. He worked his butt off and made this organization. Whether you agree with the organization or not, you have to admit it became pretty big.
Yeah.
And so that there's possibly this jealousy that went on from this Nick Fuentes community of people online, and
That could make sense. Yeah.
and that these that even though like in my video I go over what these casings mean, that even more so what I'm being told is that it's all these memes were used by the Nick Fuentes community specifically.
Yeah.
So is that where did this guy get into this subreddit community and this Nick Fuentes community?
Probably.
I don't know, except that it would be kind of I want to learn more about it. I think, you know, that's very interesting angle. But then I learned about Tyler possibly living with someone that's in the middle of transitioning, right?
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
thinking Nick Fuentes would be the last person that would be
That's
for that,
true.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
So then
Right, right, right.
that just kind of didn't that puzzle piece didn't fit then, right? It was like, well,
Yeah.
I get that it all fit that Nick would be jealous and that it was true that Nick hated Charlie Kirk and was very vocal about hating Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk. But then you've got this puzzle piece of him possibly living with someone that's in the middle of transitioning, which Nick Fuentes community would be like just not for, right? So I think there's probably that's already been disproven already, Becca. Okay, you're talking about the Nick Fuentes stuff, Emmy? Let me know. I was sent that before it came out that Tyler was living possibly with this transitioning person, Lance Twigg. So
Yeah.
so that's all of the information I have. Besides that Charlie was sitting in a kill box, and we can get into that. But
Wait, what about a kill box?
well, yeah, and this is off the topic of the casings, but if you look where when Mitch saw it, Mitch was like, why in the F did they have him down there? So if you look at the place where Charlie Kirk was, where they set up his little tent. So it has that little tent thing he's sitting under, right?
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
And around it, it's kind of like an open amphitheater, meaning there's like levels.
Yeah,
Like,
uh-huh.
you understand what I'm saying? There's like
Yeah, yeah,
he's sitting down like in like a well, like
yeah.
and then there's these levels 1, 2, 3, 4 that go up all the way around it. And then you've got these tall buildings, not tall, but 1 or 2 story, 2 to 3 story buildings around it on the outside area of this place. And that's where this Tyler guy decided to set up and shoot him. And it's called a kill box, meaning you would never put the guy down there because there's so many places up above where somebody could get a really good vantage shot to kill him. And you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
be and you would not have to be a really good marksman to make that shot, is what Mitch told me. And
Oh,
so
really?
I think it's more of a military thing with a kill box. It's,
Well, if you
it's
think
just,
about it, Becca, he was kind of like a bullseye. You know,
yeah,
the thing is triangular, and he was basically a bullseye.
yeah. He was no doubt. I heard that he had been wearing bulletproof vests.
Hmm.
Obviously, that's not going to help if you're shot in the neck or the head.
Yeah, I know,
Right. Yeah.
unfortunately.
And that obviously he probably got lots of death threats over the years.
Oh, I'm
Oh
And
sure he
yeah,
got them
yeah,
probably every day of his life. He had to have.
I'm
yeah.
sure
So,
Erica, that was her main concern every day that he left the house.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. 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 Just really sad.
Yeah, was it you exposing earlier that told me that that they made it, him and his wife made an agreement that like if one of them something happened, like that the other one would go on and with continuing the message.
Oh,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I,
That she would
I don't know if you
continue.
were here, Becca, but my opinion was I was like, that is crazy. Like you're
yeah.
so they're agreeing to leave. Like God forbid that happened to the other parent too. Now the kids are going to be orphans. Like why would they agree to that?
No, I don't think that she means that she's gonna go to the colleges and debate people. I think that she's gonna go on with, what their
With
plans were.
Turning
Not,
Point.
yeah,
With
I don't
with
think that she's gonna go to colleges and like, debate with these kids. That's not what I mean. Like, but she's gonna continue their mission.
Yeah, she made a speech and she said, right, that she was going to continue the message and continue the organization. I think what
right.
my takeaway from Charlie and his wife that I've looked into the last 48 hours or so is more than the politics, they were really really strong in their Christian faith, I guess. And
Oh,
Yes.
that I think that's probably why he continued to risk his life. I think it was based on them thinking, well, it's in God's hands kind of a thing, you know. You can agree with
Like
that
God
or
has
not.
chosen this. Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe that their beliefs is that they believe that this is the path God
This was
chose
their
for them, and they're
path.
just
right,
yes,
right.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
Because most of us would say, if that was my husband, I'd say, "Are you out of your freaking mind?" You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Right.
yeah,
After the first few death threats, well, why are we doing this? Do we have to
yeah,
do this?
definitely.
And I saw,
exactly.
yeah, I
I'm
saw in
sorry.
an article. You guys know who Steven Crowder is? He used to do these.
Yes. He used to do the campus
He's
stuff.
another conservative. Yeah, he used to do before Charlie. He actually used to go out to these college campuses and do these things. And I saw in one article I read that Crowder said that after he had his kids, that's when he said, "Nope, not doing that anymore," because of the
Oh wow,
danger.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that him, Charlie, and his wife were. The politics is one thing, and they were really into that. But I think what superseded that was this idea that God was in control, and so what's going to happen is going to happen. I guess that was.
It was their mission. I believe that's how they felt. That it was
I
their
believe that
mission.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're strong in your faith and you feel like you've had your calling, then that's what you do because that's your belief. That's what your true, like your soul believes this. This is what God wants you to do. And
Yeah.
they
yeah,
truly believed it. And I think that that's why she's going to continue because it's faith to her.
Yeah. I agree with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. But we
Yeah.
were gonna look at Lance
Lance.
Twigs.
Let's look at Lance. What's
Yeah,
going on with the Lance guy? Yeah.
it just when I hear that, it reminds me of NSYNC, like the blonde guy who's gay now,
Yes.
Lance
Yes.
Bass. That's what I
Yeah.
think of. He was my favorite actually when I was a kid.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
think of Lance Armstrong when you say that. Like I'm totally different right now.
Him too. I didn't even think of him. Okay. Breaking news. Oh, we're breaking. Lance Twigs, the trans roommate of Kirk's assassin, revealed along with Christmas bizarre video. Meet Lance Twigs, a 22-year-old transgender roommate of Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson. Living together in a St. George, Utah apartment, Twigs turned over incriminating texts to the FBI, exposing Robinson's plans to stash a gun after the deadly Utah Valley University shooting. A gamer with a quirky TikTok bio, becoming TikTok pros one terrible video at a time, Twigs posted a bizarre Christmas video back in 2022 that's raising eyebrows. Are they an accomplice? Was it a clue to their radicalization? Wow, I want to see if that account is still up.
Yeah.
It probably got taken down already, but it's worth a
Do
shot to
they have?
check.
Yeah. Do they have the video there?
Yeah, I want to see the video.
Oh, I
Yeah,
want to see this.
yeah.
Watch this. There are
I
actually
want to start from the beginning.
for Christmas I got one of those cookie boxes, but here's the magic part. Watch
So
this.
low.
Yeah.
There are actually cookies inside of here, and I've never seen that in my life. For Christmas I got one of those cookie boxes, but here's the magic part. Watch
Let's see what's
this.
so weird.
So he's
There are
always
wearing
actually
little
cookies inside
cat
of here,
things,
and I've never
right?
seen that in my life.
My
I
cookie
am
box
just
I
is
got one
full
of
of
those
needles and
cookie
thread.
boxes, but here's the magic.
full of what? Oh,
Needles and
needles
threads,
and
all
thread.
sewing stuff. Yeah, that's what my
Yeah,
tin cookie
but
boxes
yeah,
are.
that I still don't get it. Why? What? How this video is weird.
It's not bizarre. It's just a video.
Yeah, but
I
something they
guess they
said.
call him quirky because he's wearing the little
Yeah, because
thing
look,
on his
that's how
head.
they look how they title it. They make it seem like the video is going to be so weird. The trans roommate of Kirk's assassin revealed along with Christmas bizarre video, bizarre in all caps. I thought it was going
Spoiler.
to be something like totally different than what it actually
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a professional gamer. Nice. I wonder how much those people get paid.
Yeah, I wonder too.
Oh my god, armed queers.
What's that?
Armed queers of Salt Lake City organize event in same city as Lance Twig?
Oh,
Question
well,
marks. St. George, Utah is a relatively small town, 100K pop. Lance Twig, roomie / boyfriend of alleged Kirk assassin, says he lives there per Facebook. Foya, Utah, blah blah blah. Is there an AQSLC connection to the Kirk shooting? If not, why are they scrubbing all their socials? Yeah, I knew they would be scrubbing all the social medias to that.
so they're just speculating. They don't really have a direct
Yeah,
link.
they don't know
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, they don't know.
Oh,
Wow, they live in
okay.
St. George. Imagine that. That's not that crazy. We already knew that they lived there
Yeah,
together.
see that Salt Lake City, the queers one that you just went past. That
Yeah.
one, they've
Yeah.
they've scrapped all.
Have they?
So
Yeah.
I think they're saying that they scrapped all of this.
They,
Oh,
no,
wow.
that actual page on Reddit, the actual forum on, I think it's on Reddit. Don't quote me, but I think they've actually got rid of. You know how I said that the other group had like totally scrubbed everything and got rid of everything. Well, they've done the same.
Well, that's
Because
what it said when I was reading it. It said that they were scrapping stuff.
yeah, because in that Armed Queers Salt Lake City, there was actually a picture of the person that assassinated him. So that's two forums. I can't remember what the other forum was that I said that they scrubbed. I can't remember, but they're all scrubbing basically. They're all trying to get rid of it because, like I say, like sorry,
Oh my
I've been
God.
on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. One of the shell casing said noticed bulge.
Oh, that's the OWO one I was talking about. That's the one that actually hit him.
That's the furry one, isn't
Oh
it?
my God. How many
Yeah,
how many times did he actually shoot the gun?
Once.
One
Oh
time.
wow. Oh damn. Wow. He's a good
And there were 3
shot.
more bullets, right, Becca?
Yeah, exactly. That had
That had writing
inscriptions on
on it.
them. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's so crazy. He's so young to be such a good shot. Like why would he even have experience like that, you know?
I think that goes along with his daddy being a police
The daddy's a
officer.
hunter. It was a hunting rifle. They were kind of a
Yeah.
hunting family. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Crazy. Really is crazy.
Well,
I
that
mean,
also
I
goes along
understand.
with the.
My daddy. I'm sorry, Becca. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ann. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I understand because my daddy was an avid gun collector. So he taught me how to shoot. He taught me all the things that you're supposed to know. So
Yeah.
I can understand coming from a family that's
Right. Well, a lot of
has
people are
has
into hunting. It's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
My
My
dad.
dad
My
doesn't
daddy
do
taught.
any of that stuff, so I didn't learn any of that.
my daddy
My
was not
daddy
a
taught.
hunter.
Yeah.
He just collected them and he liked to shoot them. He'd go to the
My
range. That
daddy
was his
taught me
thing.
that too because he owned a liquor store in Compton, and so obviously he had a lot of guns.
Right.
And yeah, kind of a different reason, but yeah.
I don't know, guys. I went hunting and I shot a rabbit and I cried and I've never done it
Oh,
ever again.
I'm right
Yeah, I
there
don't
with
think I
you.
could do
I
that.
could, yeah,
I can't.
I couldn't do that.
No, my
I couldn't.
grandfather
I
didn't
wouldn't
give me
even
the choice.
try. Yeah, I wouldn't even
Yeah,
try. It
no, he
freaked me
won't.
out that much.
Yeah, it was, I never again, I boiled my eyes out and now I have a pet rabbit and he's spoiled rotten.
Oh,
I tried going to what it said his TikTok account was, but I can't find it. I don't know
Is
if
it
it's like
gone?
hidden really well or if it's gone. I typed in exactly what it said. It said, "Sir, period, underscore, period, Lancelot."
You mean his X account or his TikTok account, Haiti?
No, his ex account.
Oh, his X account. Okay.
Yeah. Grr.
Oh,
Oh well.
bummer. Yeah, the shooter's mom Facebook had quite a number of pictures. I'm sure it's gone now, but not of the Lance. I'm very interested in the Lance. He's kind of the unknown right now,
Yeah.
Um, Let's see if I can find anything.
Huh? I don't know. Well, earlier I said we were going to play that stream, that thing that Apple sent me, and we still haven't done yet that, so let's do that.
Everybody's making a really good point about the plexiglass, like that there was nothing around him. Like I go to the dollar store over here, there's plexiglass blocking, the teller. Like it's crazy. There was like not
Well, it
extra
wasn't
to
college
what he does.
campus. College campuses tend to like be kept immaculate, kind of. You know?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think Charlie's ever used plexiglass. He's always been, you know,
Yeah, I've never seen him use
basically
it.
one on one right there. Hello, hello, you,
Yeah, I've got some quotes here from a family member of Lance Twiggs. It says, okay, hold on here. This is from the Post. The family member who asked to not be identified said Twiggs was the quote unquote black sheep of their St. George, Utah family, but declined to speculate on a romantic relationship between the two men. She said she didn't know her relatives' politics or whether Twiggs was transitioning to become a woman, but added that it wouldn't surprise her. The family member said she knew Twiggs was brought in for questioning by police. The Post, this is the New York Post, observed Saturday that no one was at the $1,800 a month townhouse Robinson and Twiggs were believed to have shared. A neighbor claimed 2 weeks ago several people driving cars with out-of-state plates were seen going in and out of the apartment. That's interesting. They did
That
not
is.
give off a good vibe, the neighbor said. And then it just goes on to talk about Charlie Kirk. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And just to be fair to this Lance Twiggs person, this relative that's calling them a black sheep. Well, St. George is a very conservative place, so I don't know exactly what that would mean. I don't want to speculate.
I'm almost positive that St. George is where the Ruby Frankie thing happened. If she didn't live there, then Jody Hildebrand did. One of them lived in St. George.
A lot of LDS.
Yeah. So yeah, that is definitely interesting. That money. I think that area has a lot of money too.
Yeah, there's a lot of money.
Yeah. Anyway, let's watch what Apple sent us to watch.
Okay.
I think this might be like a not so good opinion. Let's see.
With guns out there.
Yeah, so
Charlie
warning.
Kirk is officially looking up at us.
What?
I was going to say, if these are people like celebrating, just warning to everybody.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that might be what it is. I didn't watch the whole video, but I watched like the first few seconds, so I'm pretty sure it's what it is.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
sure.
Charlie Kirk just got shot. Maybe there are good guys.
Sorry, Apple, what do you say?
No, it is. It is. It's just to show you the lunacy. Like, it doesn't matter what.
Yeah. Well, we need to see the lunacy. We have to see how crazy some people are.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay.
Guys with guns out there. Update. Charlie Kirk is officially looking up at us, and I'm about to head to the grocery store because I'm making ribs tonight.
That's
but
awful
he
to
was
say.
a man with a wife and kids. Yeah, and now they're safe from him.
If you go on social media right now.
That really is awful. Like, I don't, like I said the whole time, I don't agree with everything he said, but I still respected him as a person.
Right.
And no human should die like that. That's awful, especially in front of their wife and daughters. Like, that's sick.
What worries me the most, I mean, obviously I agree with everything you've said, but what worries me the most is look how desensitized that the youth have become to this kind of.
Yeah.
That's worrying.
Well, yeah, someone said in my comments earlier that, online makes people so desensitized to violence, and it kind of is true. Like, I don't know, like you see, I don't know, there's so much you could see online, even stuff with like AI. Like, AI does have rules, but there's always another AI that will do what you want you the one that you ask to do says no, you'll always find another one that'll do it. I don't know. It's just crazy the things you can do and see online these days.
Yeah.
Some people take shit way too far too.
And it doesn't matter which one you choose. Facebook, X, TikTok probably being the worst. If you go on there right now, you will see people celebrating. But they're not celebrating because their team just won a big game. They're not celebrating some holiday that you never heard of. No, they are celebrating because a father, a man by the name of Charlie Kirk, was shot and killed in front of his wife, in front of his kids, in front of over 1,000 college students. And because we live in the digital age, Charlie Kirk was killed in front of all of us, in our living rooms, in our kitchens, in our places of work. We all saw Charlie get killed. And I don't know about you guys, but my entire day has been on pause ever since. But as I am still in a state of shock, as I am still doing the best I can to process what happened today, other people are celebrating, and they have been celebrating ever since the first video rolled out. As I was on social media earlier, desperately looking for an update before it was confirmed that Charlie Kirk was dead, even though those of us who saw the video already knew. But before it was officially confirmed, people were already out in the streets in cities like Seattle with signs celebrating the fact that Charlie got shot.
It really is sick. How you gonna like it's one thing to gross enough to celebrate it privately to yourself, because like God will know you did that, but then to do it in the street, like publicly, like what is wrong with people?
Yeah, it just shows you how polarized our country is right now,
Yeah,
That's
it's so
exactly what
true.
I said at the beginning. I said it's weird how, like, because obviously we have, I don't know, when I look at British politics in comparison to American politics, it's not as polarizing.
Yeah,
It's not as like
right.
intense. It's not as polarizing. It's not like it's a little bit. I don't want to say more nuanced because that's not the case. I just can't find the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not as.
I think Apple, probably one of the reasons why America is so polarized is because America is supposedly the strongest nation in the world or whatever. We got the biggest military, the most prolific military, and sadly, a lot of people that have a lot of money pour a lot of money into politics, whether they're on the right or the left. And
Mhm.
what's gone on in this country is these people, whether they're on the right or the left, that have a lot of money, will fund a lot of misinformation getting out there. And so the byproduct of that is you have a lot of these college kids and even people in their 30s and 40s. I don't think there's an age to it that will buy into a certain narrative and believe that Charlie Kirk was truly an evil man, and or it could be right wing believing a leftist, activist is truly evil and is going to destroy the country. And it's so ridiculous. These are just ideas. He's just
Yeah,
sharing. It's just crazy.
that's
Yeah.
what I was saying earlier. I was saying this isn't like necessarily a left versus right thing. This is like, because the way I see it, it's like it's extremism, it's radicalism, it's like the extreme left. The extreme left is and the extreme right are essentially the same, in my opinion. Like if you're extreme right or radical left, to me you're just it's two sides of it's different sides of the same coin kind of thing. Because like they regardless, like, you can be right. Your politics could be you could be right leaning. That doesn't matter. You could be left leaning. It doesn't matter. But there's a fringe group on either side that are like radicalized or extreme.
Yeah.
And that's where that's where you get this. That's where I believe that it comes from.
Yeah, I
Is
do
that,
too.
yeah.
I agree. I'm gonna keep playing it.
All over social media, just the most vile,
It's sick
stuff was being said. And like I said, this was before we even knew for sure, before the official confirmation even came in. They were already dancing on his grave. They were already going to his social media, leaving hateful comments on the social medias of his family. It is just so absolutely disgusting to see the reaction to what happened to Charlie, because that video, man, it shook me to my core. It really did. It really affected me in a way that a lot of stuff just doesn't affect me. I can tell you for sure that I have grown numb to seeing a lot of the violence and a lot of the crazy stuff going on in today's world. But that Charlie Kirk video, it bypassed the barriers that I have set up. And it really hit me and struck me to my core. And I don't know what's scarier, the video itself or the fact that people can see that and be happy. The fact that people can see the same video that we saw and have the reaction that they're having, it's almost as if they're not human. There's something demonic about it. Because I can tell you, I wouldn't even want to see my worst enemy end up how Charlie Kirk ended up. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone, no matter their beliefs. And
it's true. Like, how much hate do you gotta have in you to like wish that on anybody? It's so crazy.
It is kind of demonic. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
yeah.
it really is.
You can't
Like I,
see that and just think, no matter who it is, it's just like it was so shocking.
yeah,
You want to hear something weird? I don't
yeah,
usually watch Charlie Kirk. I've
uh-huh,
seen his debates and stuff, as everyone probably has, because he's got millions and millions of views, and they're interesting and they're
yeah, yeah,
entertaining.
yeah,
But that day, and usually I'm working on my YouTube channel, but that morning I was cleaning the house, and my son, who's the deputy, was getting ready to work, and I don't know why, this is so bizarre. I decided that morning I was gonna, as I was cleaning, I always have some on in the background, had his latest video of a debate
uh,
playing. And so my son comes downstairs and he looks at it, because I usually don't watch that, and he's like, "Why are you watching that?" And I'm like,
yeah,
"I don't know." It's interesting. It's entertaining. And so
yeah,
my son's like, he leaves, he goes to work, and I'm still cleaning the house, a couple hours later, and he calls me and he's like, Mom, Charlie Kirk was shot." And I was like, "What?" It's just
yeah. It's
so weird
crazy.
that it was just weird to me that I don't know what made me want to watch that morning. It's
That
just,
is weird. What was the episode about? Maybe like you were meant to see whatever it
I
was
don't,
about.
yeah, it was his latest video. I don't know which, I think he was at Florida State University. It was just his regular stuff where, the kids come up and ask him questions, and he just was doing his thing. Even if you don't agree with him, and I didn't agree with everything he said, but I always found he was pretty respectful and stuff. I don't understand the hate towards him, I guess, is my point.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, just, yeah. So, and then my oldest son like texts me, "Mom, don't watch that video." And I didn't understand, "What do you mean? What video? What do you?" It was
yeah,
the video of him being shot. Yeah. "Don't watch it." He's my poor honey, I was an ER nurse. I'll be fine. But then when I did watch it, I have to say it was so shocking. It was so
it was
brutal.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brutal is
it,
the word. Back up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brutal.
I think I am desensitized because of like the world that's around us, because like Case told me, like it kept him up at night, and the only I thought it was bad, but and awful, of course, but like it didn't like keep me up at night. I wasn't like, oh my god, like you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe I am
Yeah.
desensitized because of the internet and things that they show us on TV and movies these days. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it
But
might
when
have.
you,
I think it might have kept Case up those because, like you and I don't have kids. He does.
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could watch it. Like I refuse to watch it. I
Yeah,
can't watch it
I won't watch
because
it.
And I believe where
it's not TV. It is a real person. You know what I mean? It's
No, yeah,
real. I
no, yeah.
can't bring
When
myself to
I
watch
was on
that.
it's very
When I
real.
was on Case's panel the other day, I told him like the worst thing I ever saw was I had a friend that got shot in the head, and I went in the hospital to visit him, and so that was the worst thing I ever saw. This did not make me feel the way that seeing my friend's face unrecognizable did. It just didn't give me
Yeah.
that reaction, you know.
Mhm.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. That's how I feel about it. I love how this guy has Reptar on the back. You see it? Reptar.
Yeah, I love this guy. He's great. He's done a.
Rugrats. If anybody ever watched Rugrats, Reptar.
Mhm,
Apple knows.
I know. This guy's done a lot of videos since this, and he's spot on every time. Regardless, I don't know how he leans politically. I don't care. I'm not into politics at all.
Yeah.
But he's very reasonable. He's very he's
He's been
he's good.
around a while too.
Hmm?
This guy, he's been around a while
Yeah,
too.
I've seen his name before. I don't know if I ever really watched him, but I've seen his name.
Oh, he detests Gypsy Rose. That's probably why you've probably
I
seen.
think so. I think you're right. Now that you say it, no, I think he's liked my stuff on TikTok. I think yeah, that's how I think I know him.
Yeah, he's
Not a lot, just like one or two things a long time ago.
but he's really like every topic he covers. I don't think I've ever disagreed with anything he said.
That's interesting. I gotta watch him more.
He's really good.
Yeah. I recognize this thing. He always has this sign up everywhere. The follow me on X, or the arrow. He always has that up everywhere, which is kind of weird, but whatever. All right. Anyway, let's keep watching.
And when it comes to Charlie, I don't think Charlie was really that radical as they make him out to be. I really think he was more moderate than a lot of people. And I think that the people who did this, the people who are celebrating, may have to find that out the hard way. Because I think that Charlie was a nice guy. I think that Charlie was on the side of common sense. I didn't agree with everything he said. There were some recent takes that I didn't agree with. I made fun of Charlie in the past. But seeing what happened to Charlie today, no one deserves that. But right now,
Could you imagine how mortifying it must be for Leslie Smithson right now? I'm glad they didn't blur out the name, because you're gonna say something sick like that, you kind of deserve to be put on blast. Whoever shot Charlie Kirk, thank you. And then the comment, bleeding from the neck, LMFAO, like something wrong with this person.
There's
I'm
people.
just sitting back.
There's people. I saw a video. I don't know if it was I think it might have been one of his videos from today. This guy, and he showed a clip of a guy who had lost his job because obviously his employer had seen a video where he's celebrating the death of this guy.
Yeah.
And he lost his.
Sick.
Yeah, he's freaking out. He's gone mental. It's actually quite funny because he's screaming and like shouting like a. It's so weirdly like awkward and uncomfortable, but it's funny. That's what makes it like you're like awkward, nervous, laughing, because the guy's literally having a meltdown over losing his job. But like, I would, in all the places I've worked, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't like make videos on social media celebrating someone's death like that. Of course, you're going to lose your bloody job.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And rightly so, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I've seen several videos of people that have lost their jobs freaking out like you're talking about Apple.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Some of them, it's hilarious because they just scream and headbutt the doors, and their head the door and headbutting the wall, and it's like there's something quite disturbed about. Like, they're disturbed people. They're
Well,
really
yeah, why would they do that? Especially like why? Like just at work too. Like what?
no. Their work's like called them, and they're like they're freaking out because they've essentially lost their employment, and so they're
Oh,
they're
yeah, I
making
mean, okay,
videos.
yeah, that's weird.
It's ridiculous. They're even uploading videos of them like reacting
Yeah,
to.
people just upload way too much of their lives, honestly.
Yeah. But then you know how I think. I think this is all a social experiment, social media.
I mean, they could be. I don't know if it's all a social experiment, but they could very well be doing a social experiment on it because it's already happening. You know.
I definitely believe, like with Facebook, for example, the CIA, like before Facebook, the CIA were working on something called Logbook, which was essentially the same. It was almost identical to what Zuckerberg. I call him Zuckerberg because I don't think he's human.
Yeah.
But it was essentially identical to what, like what I keep saying is, if the product's free, you're the bloody product. So
Yeah.
all these like online social media sites you're using, if they're free, you're the bloody product. It's a data mining exercise as well.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
there's many like facets to like many arms to it, many different reasons as to why it exists and what they gain off it, and how they can like benefit from your information, like targeting you with specific ads, for example. But to a certain extent, I do believe that there is some kind of social experiment going on regarding how people behave when it comes to social media. I don't know. I think it potentially rewired people's brains as well, because that how they talk about the dopamine feedback loop, how like you get a quick online, like if somebody.
How it gives you the same feeling as fentanyl. That's what they said, which I think is a ridiculous thing to say. But
I don't think that. But I do think it gives.
Like we said, like we talked about earlier. I'm sure it gives you a high, yeah, but I don't think they should have used the word fentanyl. That seems like a bit too drastic. But
It does. They should have said that it like
adrenaline is fine because it gives you a boost of adrenaline. That would have been sufficient. Like,
well, essentially what it does is it lights up the reward center part of your brain.
yeah.
It's upvotes like what you've posted, for example. It's a feedback loop. So essentially, that your dopamine receptors are getting a quick hit, and it makes you feel good. And then that's over time that's going to rewire your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for digressing.
That's okay. I'm watching this.
Back watching these people openly celebrate what happened today. And I have a couple of clips that I want to show you guys. And I think it's important for people to see this stuff, because in moments like this, when a lot of us are uniting because of a tragedy, when our hearts are going out to Charlie Kirk's family, when we are grieving, when we are hurt by what we just saw, there are people out there that are giddy and happy. And I just think it's important for people to start seeing this stuff. And as much as it hurts to have seen that Charlie Kirk video, maybe people need to start seeing this stuff to really realize what we're up against. Anyone, not just Charlie, but anyone who is willing to use their platforms to speak the truth, they're in danger. So it's time to wake up to what we're up against. They will do you like they did Charlie, and then they will go on TikTok and celebrate. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and take a look, and then I'll be right back with more.
He probably made like thousands of trans kids kill themselves. I literally could not give a fuck. They can get a stepfather.
Not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
And there are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot. Well, breaking fucking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fanta-Fascist's favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chucklefuck Kirk.
I mean, just look at these sick.
That really was crazy. That, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I don't get it.
Disgusting people. They are literally all sick in the head. Vile, unhappy people. That's why they hate Charlie Kirk. Because he is a happy family man that wouldn't give in to their delusions. Common sense is like kryptonite to the type of people that you just watched in those clips. And with the way things are going these days in America, there may come a day when people like the people you just saw, there may come a day when these type of people look to you for sympathy. Or they look to you thinking that they deserve some sort of sympathy. I want you to look at these clips. I want you to look at the videos of them celebrating on social media. I want you to etch the images into your brain. I want you to remember the giggles, the smiles, the laughs, the smug looks on all of their faces. Remember that. And remember that these people don't deserve any sympathy at all. My heart really goes out to Charlie's family tonight because what happened to Charlie, and they saw it just like we did. And if it,
Yeah, we don't have to watch the rest of that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Did you guys see that there was a guy? Sorry, I've been sick. My voice is kind of. Did you guys see that there was a guy in the crowd who, after he was shot, and everyone else is ducking, turned around, looked towards the roof, and was celebrating?
Yeah,
like his hands went up. Did you see that?
Was it the guy?
I didn't see that.
He's on Twitter.
Is it the guy with the white hat? That the one that people are
No,
talking
he's
about?
got curly long hair.
Curly ginger hair.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to find that.
He's
I'm trying to
backtracking.
think. Let me.
He's
Yeah.
in one of this guy's videos. He's in one of this guy's videos. I can't look up at the moment because like I'm on my phone, so I can't actually look up. But if you go into, so
the next video that you gave me is from him too. You think it's in this one?
It could be, but if you go into his channel, you might. I don't know if it's that one, but if you go into his channel, you'll see the videos that he's made, and you might find that like it might be in one of those.
It's probably easier to just Google it.
He's made a lot of videos on this.
Cheering.
But that guy's now backtracking. That guy's now like,
he's saying I was trying to help the first responders. It's like, no,
sure.
Yeah, they showed him before. They were like panning the crowd, and while everybody was cheering, Charlie's taking the stage, going into his little place, and everyone's cheering. The guy had his arms folded, just like glaring at him. It's like, no, dude, you were not. You were not, dude. You were not.
Yeah, I saw that. Like anybody that behaved like, I don't know, I think they're all complicit in my opinion. All these idiots online, and anybody that's celebrating it or anybody that knew about it online say it was like all planned or whatever in a Discord group or a Reddit forum or whatever. They're all, to me, it's a conspiracy. They're in on the conspiracy in my opinion. Like they're culpable in my opinion, but
Yeah. I see pictures of the guy standing like an idiot, like with his arms up, happy. I'm trying to find the video though. Sorry, they'll go on Apple.
No, it's just like this was just, in my opinion, this was definitely like planned in the respect that I think people online had prior knowledge that he was going to do this. And I think that if they do, and there are, I believe that they should be held accountable for being part of the conspiracy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, I found it. Oh shit. I hope it's not a scary video. It looks a little scary. I guess we'll see.
No, I think it's not scary. It just shows them cheering. It's you might hear
Okay.
the gunshot at the end, but you don't see anything.
Yeah. Hope this is up. Yeah. There it is. Wait, am I sharing it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure.
That's
so happy.
Shouted USA, not as a provocation, but to project strength, encourage others, and create a distraction.
Well,
Yeah, there's also actual video somewhere of like actually you can see him.
Yeah, you can see him cheating and putting his fist in the air.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I'll try to find it.
They only showed him doing that there. You couldn't hear him or anything. That's crazy though. They keep saying that he was rushed to the hospital. He died at the hospital. I don't believe that. I think there's no way he didn't die on scene.
I agree with
he
that.
died immediately.
Yeah,
he
was
died
done.
You saw the video. You knew he was dead right then.
Immediately. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Crazy. But think about all
I mean,
those
of
poor
course they
people
had
that
to go to the hospital, of course, but it's just so traumatizing. It really is. I can't.
All the people that thought they were going there to, like, you know, see Charlie Kirk, you know, do his thing, and then wind up seeing him being assassinated. Like, that's crazy.
I can't imagine being a person in that crowd and
I
how
know, that's what I
terrifying
mean.
it is to be
Yeah.
in that situation, you know?
Yeah. I can't imagine.
I found the actual video. It's in this body line. I'll put it in the back chat.
Oh yeah.
Actually shows him standing up.
Cool. Awesome. You're the best.
It's in this body language guy's video. You have to just.
Is it Observe? I love Observe. Let's see, the body language guy. Interesting.
Observe.
It's a couple seconds in, I think.
Okay.
I like Observe, but I prefer.
I know, I love Observe.
I prefer the behavioral panel because they're all ex-military intelligence and stuff like that, and so like it's crazy what they come out with. Like they can tell you how fast the heart's, like how many beats per minute the guy's like.
Yeah, I've never seen them. That's crazy. What are they called?
It's called the behavioral panel. They're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, they're really good. I like them a lot.
Do you watch them? They're
yeah, I watch them all the time. They're good.
That
Chase. Yeah, sounds good.
He scares me, that Chase Hughes, because he's known as the real Jason Bourne, like
right.
Yeah, like
it should start kind of right away. You don't have to listen to the guy. You can mute it because you'll see it.
It seems that this day.
Okay.
Guy Charlie Kirk was shot. Shot dead.
Yeah. Okay, I thought like there was sound from him.
No.
Look at his hair on the right. It looks so weird. Like his really tight curls.
Yeah.
He is super happy.
Right? That's not distraction.
Yeah, that's not what he said. He's like, he wants to be seen by the guy filming.
Yeah,
like,
right. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, your instinct is to like what everyone else is doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell?
That's weird.
Jeez. Humans suck, man.
Yeah.
I can't get over how he looks on the right. He looks so weird.
Yeah, he's not
looks-
normal.
No, he looks good. Well, that's the thing with these people. They're not bloody normal. They're insane. Like, there's something inherently, like some of the I just see. I'm trying to like steer away from the political angle because I
Yeah.
don't upset anybody. I'm not. I don't care. I think it's all smoke. To me, politics is all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. I don't think it matters what government you've got in. At the end of the day, in my opinion, the president or the prime minister or whoever, they're just puppets. They're just there's people.
They are for sure. Yeah.
People above them pulling the strings. They much more powerful people, like the one you can call them, and you can say I'm a conspiracy theorist if you like, but the 1%ers or the elitists or the globalists, call it what you want. I believe they're the ones that call the shots, essentially. What's this person knew about? Yeah, I think this is this the video I think this is the video
Yeah, this was the second one you sent me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it. Let's see what it is. This one I haven't watched not even a second, so I don't even know.
Oh, this is from I watched this.
It's the same guy, so yeah, so it'll probably be good.
Focus is always on the suspect. But in the Charlie Kirk case, and it doesn't even feel right saying that, it doesn't feel real. But in the Charlie Kirk situation, my focus right from the get-go was not on the suspect. I knew that they would catch the guy eventually. My focus right from the get-go has been on who else knew. Because it was clear as day that people knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. From the reactions from some people in the crowd to the fact that there was just so many people online hinting that they knew that something big or something bad was going to happen to Charlie. There were multiple social media accounts exposed, literally in the minutes and hours after Charlie got hit. All of these social media accounts were getting exposed for hinting about something happening. Well, fast forward to today. The big breaking news this morning is that the suspect, Tyler Robinson, was living in an apartment with his trans partner, a guy by the name of Lance Twiggs. Now, once this information came out, the internet does what the internet is going to do. So the internet, along with myself, we all started digging into Lance Twiggs's sounds weird. We all started digging into his social media accounts. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, Lance Twiggs' social media accounts really blew the door off of this entire story. Because quickly, people were finding that Lance Twiggs was following an odd amount of people, all within the trans and furry community. He was following an odd amount of people who all seemed to be hinting that something was going to happen to Charlie before something happened to Charlie, all on their social media profiles.
I don't know if it was Apple or Exposing. One of them was saying before that there was like a deep community or something online where they talk and plan all this stuff out. Anne and Becca, do you guys think that's true?
Yeah.
I heard it was in the Discord.
Yeah, I could see that happening on Discord because Discords can be really private, way more private than Reddit.
Yeah, it seems like although the police aren't, or the FBI isn't exactly saying this, it sounds like this Twigs is giving them information about this Discord. So Probably there's something to that. There's probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Tyler apparently won't help them at all. So Twigs
No.
is the one giving all the information.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably threatened him, you're gonna go down with them. You're gonna be an accomplice.
Yeah,
I'm
he probably
sure.
shit in his
Yeah, I'm
pants.
sure.
He
Yeah,
definitely
they
shit in his
definitely did.
pants.
Yeah, they definitely did. Yeah, especially if they didn't know anything that was gonna happen at all. Like, don't go down for this guy.
Right. Right.
Just do the right thing. Just help them. Tell them what they
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah, because they have the death penalty in Utah, so you don't want to
Oh
go
yeah.
down that
No,
road.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard that that's what the governor wanted to give him.
Yeah.
Like, give the kid the
That's
death
what they
penalty.
said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. It's sad because he's so young, but like, what do you do something like that? That's a consequence that could potentially happen, unfortunately.
Well, even if you don't get the death penalty, which you probably will, he's not going to be
out ever.
Well,
No,
not just
See,
not
I
just.
think that's worse. Like, let them rot in jail and never see outside
I
ever
agree.
again.
Well, I'm sorry, but if he's going to be in a prison in Utah, he's going to have his work cut out for him because,
Mhm.
like, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be almost kinder for him to be,
That's
Yeah,
true.
penalty,
That's
right?
exactly. They'll have him like, I don't even want to think
No.
about.
Yeah.
With the way he looks and no.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
He's gonna be he's gonna be in a jail full of really Republican people, and he killed a really Republican guy. So
Yeah, he's gonna be in a lot of big trouble.
yeah.
well, a lot of people will be wanting they'll want the clout for doing it as well. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, and you're around guys that are in there for life, so what do they have to lose, right?
Yeah,
They're ruthless
exactly.
individuals. Yeah.
With another sentence.
Yeah, get another
Mhm.
life sentence put on you. 2 life
Yeah.
sentences. Oh no. My ghost is stuck too.
So the guy that, just a weird side note, so the guy that, murdered my first husband, he got the death penalty. And I remember after they convicted him, then you have the second part of the trial where it's called the penalty phase, where then the jury has to decide, is he going to prison for life or does he get the death penalty? And I think a lot of people ask me, do you want him to get the death penalty? Do you want him to get the death penalty? And I've always been torn on that because this guy, he's still alive. We do have the death penalty here, and he got the death penalty. They gave him the death penalty, but
Yeah.
he's been sitting there since 1996.
See, that's the thing. And I heard that, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that they get treated better on death row than they do in like normal prison too.
Yeah, and in this guy's case, if you kill a cop, you're like royalty,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Crazy.
maybe, put him to death. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah.
That is interesting. Really interesting, honestly. So Monica wants to know, so does the family get the reward money for turning their son in? I think so. I don't see why
they
not,
would,
right?
if they want
Yeah,
it.
I don't see why
Mhm.
not. They turned in who was guilty, so they get I think it was like $2,000 or something they offered. It was nothing crazy.
It was
100,000.
100,000.
It was
100,000.
100,000.
Oh,
100,000.
wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, yeah, that's a good amount at least. And the dad's a cop too. Of course, he was gonna make his son, turn
No,
himself.
that was proven not. I thought that too at first, Haiti, but
Oh, really?
that has been debunked. That the dad was not. There is a sheriff deputy that is the same name as the dad, but it's not the dad. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I guess the dad was like, thought it was the right thing to make himself turn himself.
Yeah,
did the
I
right
think my
thing.
parents would make me turn myself in as well.
My parents would have. Yeah.
Oh, my parents would have too. But isn't it so? I remember seeing a story like sometime within the last year of these parents that helped, that their son killed someone. Their parents tried to help him cover it up. They all got caught. But it's like, my parents would never do that for me. My parents would be like, I guess you're going to prison.
Well, see, that's kind of what happened with the Gabby Petito case, in my opinion. I think
Yes.
Yes.
they parents are shady as hell. There's something really dodgy going.
I think it was the weird ass relationship that that he had with his mom. Because he had a weird relationship with his mom, and yeah, I think it was her that made that, like, was like, we're gonna cover for you, we got you, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, regarding this whole situation here, like there, yeah, like two people have lost their lives essentially. I know that one was brutally assassinated, and that's the victim, but the other guy, his life's done now. He's done.
Yeah, you know, that's I'll add one more thing. So after the trial, the guy that killed my first husband, he was in his 20s too, you know.
Oh, wow.
And so his mom was there and his sisters were there, and they all pled for his life. So you get up on the stand, they want to hear, you know, from us, you know, Steve's family, and then they want to hear from the guy that shot his family. You know, why should they not get the death penalty? You know what? And so they all pled for his life. And then after he got the death penalty, we were, you know, that was it. You know, we were leaving court, and his mom came up to me, and I was kind of shocked, you know, his mom, and she hugged me, and she says, "No, I'm so sorry." She like apologized to me.
Yeah.
Made me
Yeah.
start crying. She's crying. I was crying, you know, and I told her, I said, "Look, you know, no one wins here today. No one
No,
wins.
yeah, that's
Your son
true.
is gone too, you know, your son is gone
Yeah.
too." And so I thought that was really big of her to do that, you know, at
Yeah,
that
it is
moment,
really big
you
of
know.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she probably had so much guilt. I mean, she didn't do it, but she gave birth to the person
Well,
who did
she
do
turned
it,
him
you know?
into, get this, she so they were Samoan, and when he was first arrested, they asked the investigators, told her, "Look, we need to confess." Like, they knew he did it, but he hadn't confessed.
Yeah.
And so they asked her, they knew when she would go talk to him that they would be talking in Samoan, that he would, you know, try to say stuff to her in Samoan, thinking that no one could figure it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
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 And they said, "Can you ask him? Can you ask him, did he do this?" And basically she set him up. She did it.
Wow.
So she goes, "I want to know if he did do it, because if he did do it, then he needs to, you know, pay for it. He needs, you know,
Yeah.
justice." So I thought, wow, what a woman. You know what? You know, she had a hard life. This kid was in a gang. Basically, they grew up in the worst parts of Los Angeles. I felt for this woman, a single mom with like 5 kids. He was the
Yeah.
oldest, and he got involved in gangs at 13 years old, shot his first person like at 14.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's so young.
Yeah, and so she did the right thing, and I was just like, you know, so in awe of her, you know, just what a good mom, and what a difficult situation she was in, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy story. Great. Where is it? All right, I'm gonna keep playing this.
Now, I have a second channel, a channel by the name of Fat and Opinionated. I posted a whole video over there exposing a lot of this, and I go into it in more detail over there. So I want you to go watch that video, and I need to show you this clip. I have what I think is the most concrete evidence of all, that these people knew for sure that there was going to be an attempt made on Charlie's life. And I feel like we have confirmation afterwards that they were indeed hinting that someone was going to kill Charlie. We're going to dig into that in just a moment. But like I said, I have a clip from my second channel. I'm going to show you this clip. Make sure you subscribe to that channel and watch that video as well. But I'll be right back with more after this clip. You have the suspect, Tyler Robinson. He lives with Lance Twiggs, okay, who is this trans furry guy.
Furry guy
is following other people in the trans community on social media.
That's clever.
And it just so happens that the people he's following on social media are not only celebrating Charlie's death, but they're posting things like this right here that really makes me believe they may have known what was going to happen. Because right here, from someone named Churbum75M, we effing did it. Right after Charlie died,
Yeah, that's
this person
good.
goes on social media, says we did it, and then in their other social media profiles, they post all of this crazy, evil, demonic stuff about Charlie, like this right here. POV, Charlie Kirk watching the video of his wife getting cracked by a homeless junkie in hell.
God.
What?
So it just so happens that the people
Oh, wow.
that Tyler Robinson's little trans boyfriend or whatever he is following on social media, it just so happens that they're celebrating Charlie's death, and they're saying we did it as if they had a part in it.
I thought the boyfriend had no part in it, though.
Is this the boyfriend? This is.
He's saying that it's his and the boyfriend's accounts who are saying this stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I thought the boyfriend had no part in it.
It just said he's cooperating. So
yeah, that's
maybe,
true.
Like I said, maybe they're using that as leverage. Like, look, we know you knew about it, and
because if you think about it, how could if you think about it, how could he not know? You know,
I
like
was
if he's
thinking
really
that too.
Yeah, like if they're dating and they live together, come on, like dating alone, you'd know, and if you're living with the guy you're dating, of course,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Understand that what you just saw is the tip of the iceberg, not even the tip of the iceberg. That's just one account of many. And all of these accounts have the same thing in common. They have a few things in common. They're all part of the trans community. Half of them are furries or whatever you want to call it. I don't even understand half of that stuff. But they're all leaving these hints in the days, sometimes 5 or 6 days in advance, leaving hints that something big is going to happen or that something bad is going to happen to Charlie. And then once Charlie got hit, all of these same people that were leaving these hints, they come out and they start celebrating. Some even go so far as to say, hey, we got him. And these aren't just random people from all over, from all over. These are people who are directly being followed on social media by Tyler and by Tyler's trans boyfriend, Lance Twiggs. And
Katie,
I got a lot more info about Lance Twiggs.
Yeah.
Can someone tell me, explain the furry community to me? Because I don't understand. I don't know what that is.
I don't really know much about it. I just know that they like wear like animal hoods and like animal fur like outfits. I guess that's what I called furries, because like they wear like fake animal fur. Like,
is it a lifestyle? Is it a sexual preference? Do we know?
I think it's both.
Okay. Okay.
Let's Google exactly what it is.
Yeah, Google it.
Okay.
Because I'd like to know too. I don't know if it's like some kind of fetish thing or if
they're
it's...
dressed from head to toe. I was right. They're dressed from head to toe. Well, I'll show you.
I know they wear costumes, but I don't know if it's sexual or not. I think
I'm
it
pretty
is,
sure it is. I mean,
I
maybe
think it
not, but
is.
I think it is. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. So interesting.
Yeah, very the subset of people and their lifestyle choices. Yeah.
Okay. A furry is a person with a strong interest in anthropomorphic animal characters.
Anthropomorphic. That's when you.
Oh, thanks, Apple.
when you anthropomorphize something, it's like you're like making it like
humanizing it, right?
Humanizing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, animals with human characteristics such as talking or walking upright. The term can also refer to the fan community, the furry fandom, or the characters themselves, which can be represented by the individual through a personal character called a fursona. Fursona. Many furries express their interests through creating and sharing art, writing, role-playing, or by wearing a fursuit, which is a costume for or their persona. Maybe it's not sexual.
Yeah, Monica says in the chat that they have get-togethers that aren't sexual at all.
And yeah, it says what a furry is not necessarily about sex. While sexual aspects can be part of the fandom for some, it's not the sole or even primary focus for many furries. Oh, okay.
Well, I guess since we know Gypsy likes it, we just assumed it was sexual because everything with her is.
That is probably why I did think it. It's also not just about wearing costumes. Only a subset of the furry community engages in wearing fursuits. Many participate through artistic pursuits or online communities. Why would someone want to, for the people who do wear the costumes, why would you want to dress in like a literal costume all day long? Like,
I don't know. It seemed like the guy had all these hoods on, right? These furry hoods. It seemed
yeah. Can you imagine how hot this must be? Like,
yeah. So I don't know if this is also true, but some people were describing Tyler as an incel, which I'm looking that up now because I don't know what that is either.
Incels are involuntary. They're involuntary celibate. That's what incel stands for.
Oh, okay.
It ties back to this whole. Do you remember that guy, Elliot Rogers, who wrote that manifesto?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. He was an incel, a major incel. In fact, all the incels worship him as the supreme, because he used to call himself the supreme gentleman.
Oh,
so
okay.
they all worship him. They have like poster. They've idolized him essentially, as a martyr for their essentially they look at other. The thing is, it's sad because if you go on incel forums, there's some really decent looking guys, and there's nothing wrong with them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them, and they would easily be able to get girlfriends, but they'll ask other people to rate them, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're a free," and I'm like, "That guy's not a free." Like they're very self-deprecating, which is. And yeah, they kind of they become quite hostile and quite volatile towards women as well. Like it's like women are we're not good enough. Like we haven't, and then they'll refer to people like good looking men as chads. So
wait, like Gypsy says, like a Chad.
Gypsy thing. Here's Gypsy again involved, right?
Oh my god.
Chads. And the female ones in the white community, when it's white people, they actually have one for the black people as well. But I know for white people, the females, the good looking females, they call them Stacies. So I can't remember what they call the black
Stacies and Chads.
Stacies and Chads. So your Stacies would be like, if you think of, I don't know, what's that movie?
So Gypsy was not a Stacy, basically.
Never been, no. But like Mean Girls, for example, Mean Girls, the movie, like those, the attractive group, that they would be considered like Stacy's, and essentially they're like the incels see them as being unobtainable, which is not. It's sad. It's really sad, really. Most of the time, these incels have, and I hate saying this, but they're usually on the spectrum. And a lot of them are very socially awkward, and they don't know how to approach or interact socially, which is sad. They're not all murderers. They're not all killers.
Right. Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah. And then you've got MGTOW, which is another one, which are men that go their own way. That's what MGTOW stands for. MGTOW's men that go their own way, which are men that take more, essentially they're taking more, what's the word, men that go their own way. It's like they're taking more sort of ownership of who they date, and like being a bit more sort of like not scrupulous, sorry, I can't even talk today, but a bit more like meticulous, I guess, about who they choose as a partner. But yeah, that's
it's interesting. So I just looked it up. It said yeah, you're right. This Elliot Rodger was an incel, and some reports, I don't know how true this is, that Brian Kohlberger possibly was an incel, the guy, the Idaho 4 killer. And now this guy, I don't know if this guy is or not. Obviously, that has not been confirmed yet. There are rumors and speculation about that with this guy. But I can say, by looking at the few video, I saw 2 videos of him. One, he's very awkward, even with his own family. He was reading a letter that he got. And let me, as a side note, this guy, the Tyler Robinson guy, super smart. Like on his ACT score, that's a high school senior. You take like the SATs and the ACT, to get into college. He
Yeah.
was in the 99th percentile. He was like a genius. Okay. And he's reading a letter where he got a scholarship. One video I did watch of him, and his mom is taking the video, and he's reading the letter saying that he got this $32,000 scholarship. And after he reads it, his mom and his another brother, someone you can't see them, they're like, woohoo. They're like doing that, like, yeah, woohoo. And he just like, his face, there's like no reaction. And then he goes, woohoo. It's just so like bizarre. Like his, yeah.
reduced facial expression.
Yeah.
Yes. See, I wonder, I hope it doesn't turn out that he's on the bloody spectrum as well,
I
because
know.
that's how I am as well. And I used to get into trouble when I was a kid, because at Christmas, when I would open up my presents, my face would be like really blank, and my sister would be like running around excited, and I'd just be like, and my mum would be like, "You're so ungrateful," and I'm like, "I'm not. I'm just." And then every assessment I've ever been through, like psychologically or psychiatrically, they've always put shows reduced facial expression, reduced facial expression. So it's not that, I'm not happy or or whatever. It's just that it shows on my face. So
It's the autism, right? It's
yeah.
yeah. So I'm wondering, I hope not too. I hope this guy is not that, but
they always seem to be, unfortunately. But
yeah, I just watched that and I went, wow, that's kind of what we call a blunted effect. That is just blunted, no, no reaction, no emotionless, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what even just like getting my degree, I was like, and like it was like,
right.
Oh well, that I got a degree, but like that's how I kind of treated it. It was like I don't.
It's not your fault. You can't feel what I mean. It's not like you don't have your interior feelings, but it's just like you don't express them the same way.
Yeah,
So,
it's like I do inside. Yeah, I feel like I know I've accomplished something, but it's like
you have a great sense of humor. You're very funny, I think.
Yeah, I've got a really dark sense, like a warped, twisted, dark sense of humor. But I think you have to have when you. I think people that have been through a lot of trauma, and I'm not just saying like, oh, look, like this is not a woe is me sympathy thing that I'm doing here, but like, I've been through a lot, and I'm not going to go over. I'm not going to trauma dump, but I think you have to learn how to like have a sense of humor, or you like similar to yourself, Beck, or like you have to learn how to like, or you would never get through the day.
No, you would be bitter and get into victim status, and that it's not healthy,
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah.
Keep playing it.
Tweaks that we're going to get into in a future video, but now I want to show you some more evidence that these people knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. There is a bigger network of these weirdos out there that are in communication on these various apps, like on these various social media platforms. Discord, for example. We know that Tyler was communicating with Lance on Discord after what he did to Charlie. Lance should be in jail right now, but he's not. Hopefully he will be soon. And all of these accounts that are getting exposed right now, they're all deleting their accounts. They're scrubbing all of this information. So it's important for you guys to share this video. Share this video for sure, because they're scrubbing their social media accounts now that this stuff is getting exposed. But I mentioned that I had, the biggest piece of evidence of all that proves that these people were indeed hinting at Charlie getting killed. I want to show you this post. We've seen a lot of posts like it. I've shown you posts like this one, but this one is the most damning of all, if you ask me. So I believe sometime around September 5th, it says 5 days ago.
Oh,
this account says,
Is
you
it?
guys,
Okay.
I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. And then 5 days later, on the day that Charlie is tragically killed, this person comes back, updates that post from 5 days ago, talking about the big news that's coming, saying you'll know it when you see it. And he says, well, that's that. Someone then comments, gulp. And then he says, another chud bites the dust.
Could that be Chad?
Now, if you know how people
Maybe
talk.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Another chud bites the dust. Maybe
Or-
maybe he misspelled it, or it's a
Or,
weird
or
slang
just
to
like
have.
being mean. Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
In this community, I mean, you probably have seen it online before. If you followed some of these crazy cases, then unfortunately we have to deal with people from this community of people who think they're like dudes who think they're girls. We have to deal with these people pretty often when it comes to violent acts in America these days. So you kind of get used to some of the language that they're using. When he says another chud bites the dust, he's obviously talking about Charlie Kirk. It's blatantly obvious. And this is just the latest in a string of people who were obviously hinting at Charlie Kirk. At least, they were hinting at something bad happening to Charlie. To the extent of what they knew, I don't know. But someone's feeding them this information. And the fact that most of these people, not all, but most of them, are directly connected on social media with the suspect, or at the very least, the suspect's boyfriend, it's not hard to connect the dots here. Now, I
just wonder, like, how stupid you have to be to post something like that on social media.
Right. Like, you don't think the FBI is going to find you? I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
exactly. Yeah. Like, even if you post it in advance and then it happens, which it did, of course they're gonna look for posts that were made about it, even if they were days before it happened. Like,
They're going to they're going to investigate all of that. All of
yeah.
that.
Like, why would you want to wind up on a list somewhere on the FBI's office? That doesn't sound fun to me. No thanks.
Not really smart.
Yeah.
Well, someone threatened the vice president and said, "You'll be next."
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Kamala Harris?
No, Vance.
Oh,
Vance.
the vice president now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they said, oh, maybe you'll be next or something, but then they've, like, I don't know what's happened to them, because I think it might have been on Twitter or X, sorry, whatever. I'm always gonna call it Twitter.
But what's the reason for him? Like, that's, I mean, I guess the same reason for Charlie Kirk.
Same reason. Same reason.
Yeah, same ideology.
A religious family man. That's why.
Probably, yeah.
That's it.
Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. I don't get it. I guess the whole argument is like, oh, I don't care what you do in your own house, but then people will be like, but he's not just doing it in his house, he's putting his ideas out into the world. But it's up to people if they want to listen and believe it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be somebody out there preaching something that some people are gonna like and some people aren't. It's always, you can't kill every single person that does it.
No. Just as an example, I don't know if I think maybe Charlotte, you saw the video I made about this.
Yeah, really good.
Was I like taking a side, would you say? Was I
Nope. You were
guys,
very
I lost 16 subs over that one video.
You were very bloody neutral.
It's impossible not to lose followers when you talk about stuff like
I
this.
was like pretty shocked. I was like,
yeah.
what? I was like,
unfortunately,
yeah.
unfortunately, just how it is. I thought about not doing like it, but it's a topic I like. I want to talk about it, so I'm going to do it anyway. You know,
it's important. It's an important discussion that has to be like, regardless. I know it wasn't my country, but we have the same thing going on over here. It's just they use knives, you know, because they can't get their hands on guns here. So it's the same thing, but you know, it happens with various different, like, I don't know. It's crazy.
There aren't people that still like have guns there, even though they're not supposed to.
That's true. They do.
Yeah. I felt the same way, Haiti. I was like, you know what? At first I was like going back and forth because this really like affected a lot of people mentally, you know?
Yeah. Especially all those like kids that were sitting watching it. And I mean, that's going to be with them for the rest of their lives, never mind his wife. But what I was going to say, no, your video was it was like you were just presenting facts. It wasn't like listening. I can't. No, you were completely neutral. It was a really, really good bloody video because it was presented well. It was put together well. Like I learned a lot from it actually, but I didn't feel you were taking a side or you were putting your own person. There was no personal slant on it at all. It was just, here's the facts, here's what happened, blah blah blah. There was nothing. So yeah, like people are
go ahead.
Strange. People are strange. Like, you know, I don't know.
I just figured after I saw that at first I was like, so I really tried to just say here's the facts, you know, because there was a lot of misinformation. People were really confused. And so I said, you know, I have some time. Let me do some research and see if I can present the facts and clear some things up, because sometimes some of this misinformation can lead people down the wrong path. And then, you know, it people get angry and then I just thought maybe I can help with this, you know? And so at first I was like kind of upset. I'm like, well, geez, who are these people that think I'm not, and then I thought, well, you know, I would still do it again. Just
it's really hard to talk about politics and not upset at least some people, you know. It's borderline impossible.
I don't even think there was, like, with your video, Becca, I don't even think the political thing was, you didn't even really mention it.
I know, that's how I wanted to keep my video. I wanted to like try and keep politics out of it as much as I could. I mean, of course, it's tied to the topic.
It's a political story. Exactly.
You have to touch on it. But like, I wanted to try and keep it about the shooting. But like, the shooting happened because of political values and reasons. So you have to talk about it. You know,
right? The way I see it is like those 6 people. Well, do you want them as subs anyway? If that's how they're.
That's how I felt in the end. I was like, good riddance. Goodbye.
And also, it could have nothing to do with the fact that you were doing Charlie Kirk. It could have to do with the fact that you weren't doing a Gypsy Rose video. It could be
I figured that could be possibly it too.
Yeah.
So, I just felt like, you know, I had some time.
I guarantee you those people will wind up resubbing eventually anyway. Yeah. Sometimes people just get into moods and they're like, I'm going to unsub. And
it's like, how dare she not talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. People are silly sometimes. They have their moods.
People are strange, as Jim Morrison said.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to keep playing this video.
I don't know if law enforcement and the FBI is connecting these dots, but I can confirm that all of this information has been provided to the FBI. If we don't see arrests, then I'm going to be really upset. And I think everyone should be. We should be demanding arrest because it's clear that people knew. And that means you're part of a bigger conspiracy. If you're in online groups talking about assassinating someone, and then that person gets assassinated, you are part of the bigger conspiracy to take that person out.
I agree. Oh, what the hell?
Now, other people on social media have been digging through this guy's
who is
post.
this?
And there's a lot of weird stuff like him wearing a bra. Hey, bro, come with me into the woods. We'll transform into women. It'll be sick. No, it's not gay. Just trust me, man. Promise. Take my hand. Just take it, bro.
Who exactly is this guy, though? Because he was in a screenshot from before, too.
He is. Who is this guy?
I
This
think
guy's
he might
familiar.
he might just be someone that made a post and then it actually happened, and like they just keep going back to his post for some reason. That's what I think it might be. Someone who knew that it was going to happen and like made a post before it happened. And
yeah, it's the person that made the post about.
Yeah, I think it's just something like that.
I think I've seen him somewhere else before, though. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. He does look a little familiar. It's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know. What else? Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah.
So these people are extremely disturbed individuals, right? You can go through their social media accounts. They're furries. They dress up like cat boys. All of this stuff. And this person actually exposed more information about the person behind the social media account. Meet Skylar Webster. Skylar is a radical far-left trans terrorist who...
That is so not a real name, by the way. Skylar Webster. That is not that person's name. No way.
No.
Who had advanced knowledge of Charlie Kirk's situation. 5 days before the event, he posted, "You guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it." Then right after the event took place, he followed up and quote tweeted saying, "Well, that's that. Another chud bites the dust." He followed those tweets up with a few other posts celebrating Charlie's death. Skylar is an high school student at UWash. So this guy's now locked down his account. And we're starting to see all of these people start to lock down their accounts. And I just want to know how many people had advanced knowledge of what was going to happen to Charlie. Like, don't get me wrong, right from the get-go, if you've been watching my videos, you already know. I've been trying to hammer it home every video that people knew. But I don't know if I could have even imagined that this many people knew. It looks like there's just, like I said, a whole entire network of people on social media that knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. And I believe there are people in the crowd that knew as well. Word was spreading, word got out there, and every single person that got that word needs to be held accountable. And like I said, this is the tip of the iceberg.
That guy in the crowd that was cheering definitely knew. But what are they going to do to hold these people accountable because they heard a rumor online that came true? Like, what are they supposed to do, you know?
Right.
His
Like
name's,
what are you going to say, Apple?
Runax asked the guy that we're watching, his name's Cinema Shogun.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it, like, on the bottom left.
Cinema Shogun. I'll like put my mouse over it so you could see his name. See right here, Cinema Shogun.
He's really good. I watch all his stuff.
Yeah, I've definitely seen him before.
His mum died at a very young age, and his dad, I don't know what happened, but he essentially his grandparents brought him up. He's like, he's got quite good morals and ethics, and he's a good you can just tell he's a decent bloke, you know, a decent guy.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got like traditional values, that kind of thing, and it's probably from his grands up, I don't know, but talks sense, so
that's nice.
This is just a few accounts. This is just some of the stuff that people were able to gather before these accounts were getting locked down and stuff was getting scrubbed. I'm hoping that the FBI and law enforcement and investigators whose job it is to be doing what we're doing online, they get paid good money for this. I hope that they got all of this stuff. And like I said, everything that I've talked to you about, I know they got. But I'm hoping they have more than me and more than the other people on social media, but I'm not confident of that because we saw social media identify the suspect before law enforcement, and then the dad had to turn him in. And as far as I know, law enforcement is only aware of like the Discord communications because they got the phone of the boyfriend at the apartment.
That's something we talked about before too, Becca. I don't think you were here yet. We were talking about like, I think, were you here actually? Wow, we were all saying like if it was our parents, like they would have just given us up. What would you do? Would you help your kid get away with a crime like that, or would you just turn them in?
It would be very difficult, but I would have to turn them in.
I would do the same thing. I know for a fact my parents would be like, "Sorry, you're on your own." Like, you know, they would not help me. But I think I would do the same thing. Like, because I mean, it's horrible enough that your kid do it. You're supposed to teach your kid to take, consequences have action. So you can't, you don't want to see them go to jail. What good is it going to be if you're both in jail,
Yeah, I just think after doing something like that, there's no way, even if they got away with it, their life is never going to be right. There's something wrong, so yeah, they have to go pay the price. You can't shield them from that. And it would be heartbreaking. It would be going against everything. As a mother, you want to protect your child no matter how old they are. But
because I remember I was telling them earlier, there was a story, it was somehow within the last year, these two parents who helped their son like cover up some murder that he did, and of course they all got caught and they all went to prison. It's not worth it,
No.
And then because of that, then Gabby Petito came up, because how his parents helped him. Like, I can't believe nothing ever happened, like, with them, like, hiding. Well, I guess they didn't hide him because they answered the door and they admitted that he was there. But, like, still, like, they didn't help like they should have helped. I don't know.
It seemed like they were in cahoots with him somehow.
They absolutely were. They absolutely were. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I don't know, folks. I don't know how things are going to go, but all I can do is lay out the information that I have for you. I can't make law enforcement and the FBI do their jobs and act on the information that I have, but I'm hoping they do. Because if they don't, then they are going to be partially responsible if something bad happens to someone else. And I can tell you for sure, you can go on social media right now. This is not happening behind closed doors in secret. They're on social media talking about who they're coming after next. They've already.
Well, the thing is, like, social media is so big. How could it be? How could you police all of it? There's no way you're going to be able to police everything that happens. Like, so they, I don't know, like.
Yeah, there's only so much they can get, even if they're totally focused on it.
Exactly. Yeah. They could flag words down, do things, but ultimately they're not going to get everything, especially because they have like VPNs and the dark web, and they have all these things that they can't even access, so it's just too out of. If they want to do that, they should have done it from the beginning. I feel like it's just too out of control now. Out of control, as Gypsy would say.
Out of control.
Yeah, out of control.
I don't know if he's done any. I don't know if you want to have a look at his YouTube and see if he's done anything else on this, because that video.
Oh, him, the guy I was just on.
Oh no, don't. I wouldn't watch that. That's.
Oh, okay. This is the last one you sent to me.
Yeah, well, you can, but he takes it into a political arena. But this is like more to do with Islam, because that's a big issue in this country at the moment. And he's a British citizen, but he's talking about how like Charlie Kirk is quite not beloved, but is very well known, and like they like him, like certain. I guess he's right leaning, this guy, I suppose.
Yeah, I think at one point Charlie visited Cambridge and Oxford, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah. So
They
he's been to
show
the UK. Yeah.
they show him on. I mean, you can watch a bit of it if you want, because he does talk a bit about it. But towards the end, he goes on about, which I agree. Look, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know where I fall in the political sort of spectrum, but like I do agree with a lot of what this guy's saying in his video, the young guy. But he does highlight, like, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to play it. But it just shows you how
Wait, you're talking about this. You're talking about the Cinema Shogun guy, right?
No, the other guy, that the last one that I sent to you. Like,
Oh, okay. I just left his page. So I thought,
right.
it's okay. I'll go back to him.
No, it's just interesting to see how it's like not just America that's like, it's not just like the states that it's affecting. It seems.
Right.
Okay, I'll play it.
Well, I do believe that that the Turning Point USA had a UK part to it also. So I think his organization was even in the UK. I'm pretty sure.
It's. I don't know why he's got like American. Never mind. Oh, maybe for Charlie Kirk.
I'm not gonna be able to play the whole thing. It's way too long. I had to get off for 5, so. But I'll play some of it at least. Don't share my screen yet. Okay. I said I was gonna do prison emails. I guess not this time, guys. Sorry.
Most people have been distracted from, but Charlie Kirk wanted us to know.
The spiritual battle is coming to the West. And the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism.
This is the equivalent of assassinating Martin Luther King.
Why is there another country's writing on Whitechapel's tube station?
Is macro Islam compatible with Western values? Of course it's not.
Anybody who's brave enough to put themselves up for public service and try and change the world for the better, they risk those. They face those risks.
Shut up. I mean, I have no doubt I'd probably be dead or been shot. At least wounded if I announced things that Charlie did.
Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white.
I didn't like it because it humanizes him.
And they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is.
It's literally people who eat Cheetos out of their belly button.
Are those? Are they saying all? Are like Oprah? Not Oprah. Is what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg. Is she saying that after the assassination?
Yeah, she's taking. Yeah,
that's awful to say. Like they're trying to make him seem human. He is human.
Yeah, crazy.
Like what does that even mean? I don't even like everything the guy says. But come on, that's so awful. What happened to him? Jeez, people are sick, man.
And I have this perspective.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the day he died, you're here at a vigil for Charlie Kirk, and you support.
And it was like the day before 9/11 too, like the day like everyone should like be coming together, not celebrating someone they don't like politics being killed. Like it's crazy. It really is crazy.
Support his death. Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would kill him myself.
So demonic, honestly, so demonic. Do you agree that this is relevant for Europe as well as America?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy.
It's not Trump's fault that you restricted European industry because of your green gut and because of your sick ideology.
He would speak to lonely people who were lost on social media, felt empty, felt depressed on college campuses, and he would give them hope in Jesus Christ.
Not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day.
So you said someone had to do it.
Yes.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk.
Is that not literally what these left-wing lunatics are doing?
They are not going to know what to do with themselves. They're celebrating right now. They are. All you have to do is look across this platform, look across X.
Left-wing MEPs in the European Parliament refuse to observe a minute's silence for Charlie Kirk.
These are no longer just about the UK, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. These stand for freedom of speech.
This person cannot be trusted to give anesthesia to people. What if she found out you were a conservative?
They murdered him because he was effective.
This was the day
that I decided I'm never voting Democrat again.
They both punched me in the face.
Now, I'm sure you're already aware of what happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday on the 10th of September, but as always, I have a lot to show you, and I actually want to show you a narrative that has been hidden, that has been buried by the mainstream media, and most people have been distracted from, but Charlie Kirk wanted us to know. Before we get to that, though, Charlie Kirk did pass away yesterday on the 10th of September 2025, and may he rest in peace. He had a wife and 2 young children. He was only born in 1993 on the 10th of October as well, so he was very young, and many believe that he was a future president of the United States until a coward assassinated him. Now, this video here, this message that Charlie Kirk has, I believe plays a major part in why he was assassinated. If you enjoyed truthful content, remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Take a look at this.
The spiritual battle is coming to the West, and the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low crime neighborhood, not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school, while also not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important. We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization. And this is where I think is a great
Is the whole video like this?
No.
Okay, this is making me super uncomfortable.
rally and cry. Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white. Everybody, if you are Christian and Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, these 2 threats are combining forces to come after us. And it's time that the church stands and rises up against it.
You see, Charlie Kirk really got it, and he was speaking out boldly against the true enemies of freedom, and that is the left-wing ideologies and Islamism, which for some reason these two have allied in their goal to destroy the Western way of life. And this is very clear. This is by their own confession many times. And he was also wise enough to unite people.
Doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're black or white.
And that is why he was seen as a threat. He was seen as somebody who was not going to be shut up. He was seen as somebody who was waking people up so rapidly and getting people to see the world for what it really was that they didn't want him.
I could see what they're saying, because there were times where I agreed with him, and I never thought I would agree with him ever. But there's been plenty of times where he like changed my mind on something, you know. So,
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of his, I think, where people had issues with him would be again, like with the Christian beliefs, not the Christian beliefs in itself, but when it came to like abortion and stuff like that, that people a very hot button topic like that. At one point, as an example, I think this was in the clip that I was watching that morning, where one girl came up to talk about abortion, and she said, brought up this example that would like happen 1 in a million, where this 10-year-old girl, I mean, who has a period at 10, you know, gets pregnant. And I guess this was an actual example. And the girl that was questioning him said, well, what would you do if that was your daughter? Would you make her have that baby? And
he says yes, doesn't he?
He said yes, and
I've seen that before.
What you have to understand about that answer with him is that all of it is based, whether you agree with it or not, right, in his Christian belief that abortion is murder, full stop.
Yeah.
So, I think that. But he also said this, that if it was the life of the mother, then that would be an exception. So if a 10-year-old gets pregnant, and I don't even know how she would deliver, I guess they'd have to do a C-section, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a horrific example. And I think a lot of people that are not affiliated with him politically would look at that and go, oh my God, you know?
I think that I think that was always the case with every like with people that went to Candace Owens, like Ben Shapiro. That what's that young girl too? I can't remember her name, but you guys know her too. The one who looks like Ben Shapiro, but it's a female.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name, but
Yeah.
people in the chat probably know. They always people from the left always ask the most craziest questions. I feel like it's always like that, or maybe that's just the ones they show. I don't know, because like there has to be some normal questions in there, but I feel like they always air the crazy one.
And I think that that question is an example of this hot button topic that people would go, my God, he's an extremist. And so it is extreme. That is extreme. I'm not saying it's not. That his answer. I'm trying to explain his answer. I'm not saying what my belief is. I'm trying to explain his answer. The answer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying, you guys? I'm not saying, here's what I believe, and I'm on his bandwagon on every single thing. I'm not. I'm definitely not.
I agree. And like I consider myself more, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but if I had to choose, I definitely consider myself to be more liberal. But even like I agree, like they pick certain people to ask certain questions. And I don't know, like I feel like it has to be like on purpose or something. Like
right.
Like why all these crazy radical questions? Like show ones that, are not so crazy, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like why
So I just think that's where people would hone in on that questioning, and then there could develop a lot of animosity towards him about that type of a question. I guess I'm just using that as an example. Is where some of this, and I understand, that a lot of people that are, number one, all for abortion and think that, no matter what, it's a woman's body and all that. And that's their viewpoint. If that was their viewpoint, and, again, I'm not saying what my viewpoint is, it's personal, but I think that you have a right to say it and not get murdered, so.
Well, of course, anyone should be able to say anything and not get murdered. Yeah. At the end of the day, they're just words, like they shouldn't affect you that much.
Yeah.
I get the words are changing other people's opinions, but like, I don't know, if you don't like it, then I'm not one of the people that says, if you don't like it, leave. If you don't like it, then get up and you say what you want to say, and maybe you can change people's minds,
Yeah, and just because America was built on having these open dialogues is, I think, what made a lot of people just like go, wow, that it was just shocking. It was just, I think it was shocking, and because of his age, that he was so young.
Yeah.
I know, it really is so sad. Anyone that celebrates it, like they need serious help, because that's who cares what his politics were. He was a young guy, had his whole life ahead of him. He wasn't hurting anybody. He has a wife, kids. Like, come on.
Even if he was a KKK member, do you know what I mean? Let's say it's a KKK member and they're marching down the street with their freaking Nazi flags.
Yeah.
Well, do I like them? No. Do I probably really dislike them? Yeah, I do. Do I think they should be shot in cold blood? No. That's against the law.
They still have families at the end of the day. Yeah.
And they still, and sadly, in America, they still have a right to voice their disgusting opinion as long as it's not threatening violence or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
all very true.
Yeah.
Him here anymore. They demonized him. They betrayed him as a bad person. These people have lost their minds. They're going around celebrating the death of this man who was advocating for freedom of speech, was advocating for peace, for love, for joy, for Christian values, the very values that the West was built upon. So if you really want to honor this man's legacy, if you really want to honor his message, tell the truth of what his message really was. And that was that he was speaking out against the left-wing ideologies and Islamism,
wokeism or Marxism, combining with Islamism,
that literally go against our very way of life. Freedom of speech, peace, love, joy. And you may have noticed that he spoke about Christians rising up and speaking the truth boldly, being on the front lines. But he wasn't excluding the people who are not Christian, but still want to live in a Christian nation with Christian values. You would much rather live in a Christian nation where you don't have to be a Christian and you're not going to be oppressed, than to live under some crazy Sharia, some Islamic oppressive system. And sadly, that's what the left is advocating for. They're just doing it in a very, very subtle way. You see, it was only 2 days ago that Charlie Kirk said this: Islam is the sword the left is.
I'm just pausing it to say that I don't necessarily agree with everything this guy is saying. Just because I'm playing it doesn't mean I agree with everything this guy is saying. I'm just saying.
I want to say that Monica's saying you say Gypsy Rose is dangerous because of her platform, and Charlie Kirk was too. Well, Charlie Kirk was not a murderer.
Yeah.
He was not a convicted felon, and he was doing political dialogue. Gypsy, to me, this is just my opinion. Gypsy Rose is a convicted murderer who is a psychopath. You know, I don't find, you can, maybe you think Charlie Kirk was a psychopath, but he wasn't a convicted, felon.
Yeah, that really is the difference. Gypsy is out impressioning young minds. So is Charlie Kirk, but Gypsy also took a life. Charlie Kirk has only tried to spread what he believes to be positivity. Gypsy has never really spread positivity. She spread dance videos, blow art, like all ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, it's I understand what you're saying, the freedom of speech aspect, and that can be a slippery slope. But I think with Gypsy Rose, her influencing the culture as a convicted murderer, and other kids saying, "Oh, I'm going to go murder my family member too. Look how Gypsy Rose did it."
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess that's my concern. But I also, Monica, you're right. I'm also very much an advocate for free speech, and I'll defend your right to say, whatever you want within reason, and also Charlie Kirk was having a dialogue. He wasn't trying to tell people to go hit because he wasn't a convicted murderer. His platform wasn't built on murder, where Gypsy's is. Basically, she lied about everything.
Yeah, very true.
So, if everyone knew the truth about her, then I would say, oh, well, okay, everyone knows the truth now. Is that someone you want to follow? But Gypsy Rose has been glorified. I wouldn't say, Kirk has been glorified on the right, definitely on the right, the conservative political right.
But the difference is he was glorified before he was murdered. Because people liked him for who he was. Gypsy is glorified after she committed a murder.
Committed the crime, but also but it was pretty unanimous with Gypsy until all of us started investigating, right? Where Kirk has a lot of people that hate him, and that was out there on social media. You can find a lot of things on social media talking about how Charlie Kirk is a danger, and what he says is dangerous, and so there's both. The free speech is working when it comes to Charlie Kirk. The free speech isn't working when it comes to Gypsy Rose, because the one side of Gypsy Rose has been she's the victim. She murdered her mom because her mom was killing her medically. That's the part that's different. That's the part that's different. There's not another side that's as vocal about Gypsy Rose. And so, Monica, I understand what you're trying to say, and I appreciate it. And I am here not to really speak about politics directly, but just how these cultural things and free speech, and you made some good points, and I hope I explained myself well when it comes to that.
Yeah, I like what Ronak said. You can say whatever you want and expect to keep your job. If it makes your company look bad, it is what it is. I don't know if you're talking about that situation. Did you guys hear what happened with that situation with that broadcaster? He worked on the news, and he said something that any run-of-the-mill person would just say in a conversation about I think it was about the Charlie Kirk thing. I think he just said, so I don't remember what it was exactly, but he just said something like, well, it's gonna happen, or something like it's something like, I need to look up exactly what it says so I don't say the wrong thing, but whatever it was not something like that bad, and he lost his job over it, basically.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that either, right? I don't agree.
No, it's not right.
These companies, these companies are making decisions to, if these people have lost their job and even if they've said horrific things about Charlie Kirk, again, it's free speech. So, they shouldn't be fired for it, but that's a company's decision. That's a private company's decision, you know, and what can we do about that? I don't agree with it, you know.
The thing is, someone has to take the fall, and this news anchor or whatever he was, Ted, was the
Oh
one
yeah,
that took the fall.
yeah. He said so. He said, "Oh, hate speech leads to hateful actions," and basically, he was saying that Charlie Kirk was he brought on his own demise, and so a lot of people were really offended by that, and then MSNBC had to fire him.
Yeah, I found what it was. Okay, so it says during MSNBC's coverage of Kirk's shooting, anchor Katie Tur asked Dowd about the environment in which a shooting like this happens. Dowd responded with the following about Kirk: "He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive young figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that in this environment we are in, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have, and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place. And that's the unfortunate environment we are in." And he got fired for saying that.
Yeah. So even if you don't agree with what he's saying, I don't agree with him being fired, but that was MSNBC.
I agree, yeah.
That was MSNBC's. We're all adults. Everyone can decide, oh, we like that statement or we don't like that statement, right?
Yeah. I wonder if there's anything that he could do about it. Where he could like get a lawyer and be like, "Yo, it is free speech, like freedom of speech," but maybe he can't because he's broadcasting it to like hundreds of thousands of people or millions, maybe that's why it's different. I don't know.
Well, it's also political over at MSNBC. They've been losing a lot of viewership.
Okay.
Right. So I think that the bottom line for them is money and viewership. And that's why they made the decision in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. I don't have time to finish this. Let me know on the chat or the replay crew if you want me to finish this next time. If you didn't like the video, don't forget to like it, please. Thank you so much, Becca and Francisco.
Yeah, thanks, Haiti. Thank you. Thanks,
y'all.
Listening.
And Apple Charlotte and exposing who was here before, but football was on, so football.
Yeah. Priorities.
Exactly, priorities. She texted me though while I was doing it to let me know I was doing a good job, so that was cute.
Yeah. Really good live, Haiti. Really good live. I appreciated you letting me up to talk about
no problem. Of course, you're always welcome.
All right. All right. Bye, guys.
See
Have
y'all
a good day.
later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, chat.
Yeah, so bye to everybody else. Replay crew, you guys are just as important. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you want me to finish this video next time. I'll invite Apple back up because she sent me the video, so I will do that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things. And next time, I promise I'll get to more prison emails too, because I was supposed to do that, but I ran out of time. All right, I love you guys all. Bye.